Hello, everybody. Good evening. It's time for another Old Games on a weekday with me, Mark W. Why am I singing my intro? I don't know. But hello. Hope everybody's doing well. It's all going pretty well here. And yeah, I've been kind of alternating on my old game streams, but between completing or progressing in my NetHack run, as well as playing on my fun Christmas present, the Commodore 64 Ultimate. I've been having so much fun with this thing. Who knows how long this excitement will last, but for now I'm rolling with it and having a lot of fun playing games on this. Maybe I'll even program on it sometime. Who knows? But, I love this game, Lords of Conquest, so I thought I'd play it again. I did play it on a stream before in 2023. That was like my first time playing it in at least 20 years, probably more than that. And I just got to hanker in for some more Lords of Conquest. The only downside here is that I wish I had friends to play with, but I am friendless, unfortunately, and Rob Bobless. I like this game so much that I decided to buy a physical copy. And what I like about this is it's of that sort of, not a series, I guess you could call it a series. There's a series of these games put out by Electronic Arts, where from the 80s, when they would put them in these sort of like, almost like vinyl record album sleeves. They're on the small side. Maybe they're more like one of the, what were they, 7-inch single record size, more or less. I don't know exactly. Don't take it too literally. But yeah, I always thought these were super cool. And they always have lovely artwork on the front, and I don't know, I just love the packaging. And the games are usually quite good too. So, I've kind of been meaning to collect more of these, but this is the only one in that series I got recently. Somewhere in my parents' house, there's a whole bunch of old ones. Anyway, this is actually in shrink wrap still. I've been like hesitant to open it. I don't know. Maybe if there's enough interest tonight, I could open it live, just for the fun of it. You know what? Let's do a poll. If we get enough people to say open it, I will do so. Let's do a poll. Should Mark open his copy of Lords of Conquest tonight on this stream? The sealed copy. This is not some rare, super valuable thing that's going to destroy its value or whatever. It's like a $20 pickup on eBay. And this is actually not the Commodore version I got physically. I'm a fan of both Atari 8-bit and Commodore. Somehow that's blasphemy to some people, because apparently we're supposed to be cutting each other's throats. You have to be in one camp or the other. But I like both. And, I wouldn't mind getting the Commodore version as well. But this one here is Atari. Whatever this loader is here, it's playing some pretty cool music, I feel like. Anyway, so yeah, if enough people are interested at all, I will open it. We got already 2 yeses and 1 no. Okay. It's a very difficult question, says Eric. Okay. Maybe I'll go with this. If there's 10 yeses, doesn't matter how many no's, I'll open it. But I'm just going to start playing it. And whoever cracked this particular copy said there were some problems with other versions, and I don't know. Because in this one, there's a bug where when you win the game, it sometimes does not play the victory jingle. I don't know. I'm not going to care that much. But yeah, I had this game back in the day, but I don't think we ever had a legitimate copy. Back in the day, everybody would find copies of discs that had fallen off the back of a truck, so to speak. And this was one of the games in our collection at the time. It had a fun little bit of text on the back, like better than any board game. And it's kind of like Risk, but as soon as somebody tells me a game is like Risk, I go, oh, it's like Risk. Okay, no, this is much better than Risk in my opinion, because there's resources you have to gather, and you can build different things with the resources. Like you can build cities and weapons, and you can breed horses to help you basically fight better in a battle. Sometimes I play this and I feel like there's hints of Settlers of Catan in it, especially that you build cities and the cities will double your production of resources. As soon as I played Catan, settled with Catan back in like first time I played it was probably 2005 or so. I was like, wait a minute, sounds like Lords of Conquest a bit, but you know they play very differently. Just a similar sort of element. And Tone Deaf says no, keep it sealed for posterity. Okay, I mean again to me, I'm not like I kind of do want to open it at some point. I'm not going to just save it like this forever, but I appreciate your vote, Tone Deaf. I would definitely love maybe I'll save it for when I do it when I actually have a physical Atari hardware at some point. This is an Atari version. I'll say that again. And I would love to just like try it out live, pop it in a floppy drive and everything. But right now we're Commodore centric. However, if I do get those 10 votes, I might just go with it. Anyway, this game is based on a game called Borderlands. I'm going to roll the demo while I'm babbling. Borderlands is a game by some dudes at a company called Eon Products. And I have a game by them that's one of my favorites. It's called Cosmic Encounter. That's one of my all-time favorite board games. But this game, the board game Borderlands came out in, I believe, 1980 or 81, and Cosmic Encounter was a few years older, from the maybe 77 or so. And there was a Cosmic Encounter online, and I used to play with one of the Eon Products guys himself, Peter Olotka. And I believe his son Greg Olotka would play. And so I actually have played quite a bit and chatted quite a bit with that designer, who also designed this very game, Lords of Conquest. Or at least the board game it was based on, Borderlands. So I thought that was a neat little story to tell, perhaps. But yeah, this game, you know, I'm just letting this demo roll. They're playing on the sort of easy version where the only resources you have are pastures and gold. So I got my drawing tool up. So this stuff here is the gold. It looks like a gold bar with sort of a radiating glow to it. And these things here are supposed to represent, I guess, grass. These are pastures. And the pastures make horses, and you buy stuff with gold. However, it's kind of a, you know, it's a less good game when you have none of the fancier resources. Like once you play the advanced version, there's iron, coal. What the heck else is there? A bunch of stuff. I don't know. There's gold, iron, coal, lumber or timber, one of those. And yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd roll with it. Now, one thing that's neat about this game is it's 4-player hot seat. I have nobody here to play with me, womp womp, but it can be a lot of fun. You know, it's just kind of like those board game days of playing Risk with your friends around the table, except you're around the computer. And again, I think this is a better game than Risk, quite honestly. All right, why don't we just jump into it? So again, it's just going to be me versus the computer. Maybe someday I'll get Rob Bob up in here, and he can join me. Now, how do I quit the demo is the question. Oh, the button doesn't do it. Space doesn't. I should have thought of that before I launched the demo. Restore, run. Yeah, space doesn't do it. Button doesn't do it. None of the FTs. Well, I don't know. I might have to restart the game. That's a shame. I guess I could hit everything. Whoa. Yeah, it's kind of obnoxious, but user experience wasn't always primo back in the day this came out, which was 1986. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so we can chat a bit while it's loading again. Tone just said they have fond memories of 3- and 4-player Mule games from back in the day. Yeah, Mule is so good. That's one of my favorites as well. In fact, one of the regulars to this channel, he's not so regular anymore. So one of the guys who shows up sometimes to this channel, his name is Andrew, also known as Pazud, and he has created a new version of classic Mule. It's pretty much in the original style, the graphics and everything. The sound effects are very similar, but it plays on modern machines. It plays on, you know, PC, Mac OS, Linux, and it has network play. And any combination of network and remote play works. So you could have, me and Rob Bob on this computer playing with Eric Johnson at his home, playing with you Tone Deaf at your home, and we could all play 4-player Mule. It's called Mule Online. I definitely recommend it. It's a crime that I don't play it as much as I should. I feel like I should be playing it more. But Pazud had put so much work in that game. He's a true lover of Mule. And, it's on ish.io. It costs like maybe, I don't know, roughly $5 or so. Anyone who likes Mule should buy Mule Online for sure. Even if you only play it by yourself, you can play it on your laptop or what have you. And whenever you're bored, and even if you're only playing by yourself, it's better than running it in an emulator, I feel like. But yeah, I've never gotten the board game of Borderlands, but again, I am a fan of Cosmic Encounter. While this is loading, I could grab my Cosmic Encounter set. I'm trying to get my board game shelf, see if I even know where it is at the moment. I have a really old version I can grab real quick. I couldn't immediately see my newer version published by Fancy Flight, but this is the Mayfair Games edition that came out in the early 90s of Cosmic Encounter, who, again, were made by these same folks at Eon. Bill Eberly and Peter Olotka and stuff. Anyway, I'm just kind of a fan of these guys' designs. They're really clever. But the game is loaded. They seem to put an emphasis on simplicity and multiplayer interaction, which I like. It's kind of almost like how the designer of Mule, Danny Bunton, was like, hey, she had like a motto that was something like, nobody's going to say on their deathbed, I wish I played more games by myself on my computer. So she always made games that were designed with multiplayer in mind. And what do you got to say? Tone Deaf, I think of the classic basic D&D game module B2, Keep on the Borderlands. Oh yeah, I played that one. I never really played a lot of basic D&D. I had a little bit of an AD&D second edition stint in my life. But my brother ran Keep on the Borderlands once. He was the DM, so I know that one. And I can't seem to get the game to start anymore. But there's also the popular sort of more modern AAA game called Borderlands. That's what I think most people associate that name with. Yeah, rest in peace, Danny Bunton, for sure. What did I do wrong here? All right. Now here's the thing. I think last time I had the joystick in port 1 to get out of this screen here. I pressed the button, but then I had to switch to 2 to play the game, if I recall correctly. So I guess I'll give it another go. Sorry to waste time. Is there a way I can just do a soft reset on this thing? I think it'll still reload the game anyway, but how do I I'm having brain farts of how to operate this thing. Give me a minute. Let's see. I don't think they give you a soft reset button, do they? Yeah, it's true, Tone Deaf. Crack games can be flaky. I mean, this was working, but I'm just going to start reloading. I can babble some more. I'm going to turn the whole machine off. I don't know. I don't think I need to do that, but... So Eric says, I'm amazed Pazud made the Mule Online game. Yeah, he totally has done that. Yeah, I know you've seen him around, but I guess, did I never tell you that, or did nobody ever tell you that, Eric? He's hardcore into Mule. And he made it like pretty much exactly like the original. Except for a couple tiny details. He included in the Atari 8-bit version of Mule, there's a thing where when the Planet Quake random event happens, the mountains will shift around in their locations. And that was not in the Commodore one. So he had to make judgment calls like, do I go with the Atari one or the Commodore? I think generally he favored Atari because the the mule community seems to think that the Atari mule is like the more definitive version. Oh, hey, Bellsbub. Bellsbub said F1 to reset. Oh, I must have missed that. Sorry. A little too late. And Tone Deaf says vintage game diskettes can suffer from bit froth. Yeah. For all I know, this thing doesn't even work. Now, the funny thing is, God, this must be 26 years ago now. Yeah. So one time when at my parents' house, the year was 2000. To me, this was a million years after the Commodore era, but now it's like another million years on top of that. So the year was 2000. I remember my sister and her boyfriend at the time were over at my parents' house. I was there, and we all had this idea of, hey, let's dig out the Commodore and try it. So we got it. My dad found all the stuff he had stored away, the floppy drive, everything, floppy disks, everything worked perfectly. It was amazing. At least that's my recollection. It's possible a couple of games didn't work or what have you. But, you know, most of the floppies we tried, I do remember working. We played some games. And to me, it was like, wow, that's amazing. It's still working after all these years. But now, if we grabbed all that equipment today, it's adding another 26 years on top of that. I'm not sure if the discs would work, or, you know, I wouldn't want to risk using the power supplies. That's a thing that the retro gaming community pretty much universally agrees on, that you don't want to use these 30, 40-year-old power supplies on anything. Just get a new one. It's easier to find new ones these days. All right. The Tone Deaf says, well, the planet in Mule was named Errata after all. Yeah, for those who don't know, that's Atari spelled backwards. That was their sort of little in-joke. For some reason in the 80s, there was this big thing about spelling words backwards. Like, that was like deemed as clever. Like, I don't know, like some evil wizard is going undercover, but in a cartoon, and his name is backwards. That's how the heroes figure out he's the evil wizard. Or whatever villain or something, you know. All right, I pressed the button, that did something. Okay, something's happening. Cool. I think we're in business here. And Tone Deaf says that software tape cassettes are surprisingly resilient. Yeah, that's cool. I wouldn't mind trying some tapes. I never had tapes for Commodore. I had them for Atari. We were a dual family. We were a blended family. We had Atari and Commodore. All right, so here is where I have to shift the joystick to port 2. And now I can finally play the damn game. As my my lamp falls apart here. Bear with me a sec. Boy, everything is going wrong today. It's a Murphy's Law. It's a Murphy's Law stream tonight. Lamp falls apart before my head. That doesn't even work anymore. Oh well, try this lamp. All right. So, and now you can't see the overhead Commodore. I guess it doesn't matter that much. Not gonna like make or break the stream if you you can't see the Commodore. There, you get some dim lighting. You get some romantic dim lighting on the Commodore here. This is silly. Murphy invites himself to every occasion, it seems, says Tone Deaf. Yeah, baby. That Murphy's a jerk. All right, so you can continue a save game. You can use a map maker. I was always super in love with this back in the day. Any game that like lets you make levels or make maps, just express your creativity. I was all for that. I would usually not make anything great, but I would have a lot of fun playing with it. But you can also, maybe I'm misremembering. I thought there was a way to auto-generate a map. Maybe if you go into this menu, you can do it. No, I guess not. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to start a new game. And let's see. Options. Yeah, we got one player. Wow, I'm forgetting all the differences here. I can pull up the manual. I know beginner is just for the gold, and I'm going to skip that one. Like, you only have gold in beginner level. But I do have a PDF of the manual that I'll check real quick. I don't think I'm going to screen share it because I just want to glance at it. I'm not going to do like a thorough read through or anything. Yeah, so chance is a thing where you can say, how much does chance impact the battles in this game? So if you hit low chance, I believe it's like yeah, I'm reading this here. I think, maybe it is worth sharing the screen so I'm not just drooling at on the camera. You can see what I'm looking at a little bit. Just bear with me a second though. Documents. Or the Conquest manual. All right, let's just share that real quick. I'm having another technical difficulty where my streaming software OBS lets you select application capture. And there's a drop down for all your open applications, but it decided not to allow my PDF viewer to be captured, just kind of arbitrarily. Okay, now it's happening. Or not. All right, never mind. I'm just gonna say what I'm reading. Sorry, this is being Murphy, very Murphy. So, all right, so basically, low chance, I think, is whoever has the most forces or the most strength committed to the combat automatically wins. So if I have 5 and the computer opponent has 4, I just win. I think it's purely deterministic like that. And for medium chance, yeah, it's like, maybe it's something you can imagine, like you roll 2 dice and add your respective forces, and the winner is the one with the highest total. And the high chance is something like that, but the more extreme, I guess. Actually, it says here how the math works. In high chance, the odds are fixed in proportion to the points total. So a 3-force attacking a 6-force would have as much chance of winning as the 6-force. Wait, what? Doesn't even make sense to me. A 3-force attacking a 6-force would have as much chance of winning as the 6-force. So the odds are fixed in proportion to the points total, it says. So you can win attacks even when you're outnumbered. Yep. And you can lose attacks. All right. So back in the day, I recall mostly liking high chance, but sometimes I would play with low chance. I guess we don't need to get into all the specific mechanics. I'll start with difficulty scale 1 because I've never been great against the computer opponents in this game. And there's a little chart here in the rules that I'm not allowed to share because my thing wants to be finicky. But, I'm going to try one more time real quick with that. Bear with me one sec. All right, I think we got something happening here. All right, finally. Sorry about the difficulties. Right, so this is the difficulty scale. It's not as clear-cut as, 1 is the easiest and 9 is the most difficult. There's these sort of 3 dimensions to each difficulty level. It's who gets the first pick of territories to claim at the beginning, who gets the first attack, and who gets extra territories, if any, and how many. So if you pick level 1, you, the player, get the first pick, the first attack, and 4 extra territories. So that's quite an edge that you get. And I'll start with that because I'm a wuss, I guess. Yeah, even though I played this game a lot and I have experience with it, I just never got amazing at beating the computer with it in the game. That's interesting. But, it's more fun playing against human beings, of course, anyway. All right. And Tone Deaf says, does OBS pick up new windows? Yeah, it generally does. And any given Sunday, any game can win. I don't know why I wasn't picking up my my PDF viewer, but when I put the PDF in the browser, it was fine. This is how many cities you need to win. Again, it's a little bit like Catan. You spend the resources to make your cities; they double your resources. But you just need a certain number of cities to win. Resource abundance, yeah, you don't want low. I don't know why there's not even a high. But actually, what I really wanted to look at was what's the difference between all these difficulty levels. I think that, not difficulty levels, game levels, they each introduce different, you know, aspects of the game. Like I know beginner doesn't even have any resource but gold and horses. I think I might just go with expert. Expert I think has ships, and I just don't know all the different gradations, but I'll just go with expert. I can probably make do. All right, I'll go with medium resources, and I want this to be a fairly quick game, so I'm going to go with 3 cities to win, and then I can always play again after that, and maybe ramp up the difficulty a little bit. So let's try it. Now, very concerned about my lamp here now. What happened to it? But I'll have to investigate another time. All right. I might need to get a new one, basically. So, oh yeah, here's a way you can do this. Have the computer generate a unique map. It's kind of weird that define your own unique map seems to have 2 different ways to get to that level editor, if that's what that is. But I'll just choose the Lords of Conquest map for now. And yeah, it's not a lamp stack tone deaf. What happened was, I think I basically have a wire that broke. All right, so you have all the different maps that are pre-built. And you can make your own, you can randomly generate some. I used to like to play a lot on North America 1 and World Map, but I don't have to stick with my old comfort zone. If anybody has any ideas which ones to pick. Oh, Tone Deaf says 20. Yeah, I think that's a model off of the original board game map of Borderlands. Let's go with that. Good call, Tone Deaf. So over to the poll, we have 3 votes for yes and 3 votes for no. Okay. I think I did play this one last time I played. All right, we're going to go with this. All right, so I'll give you the brief rundown on these resources and stuff. So yeah, usually these territories are unclaimed right now. And right now we're just taking turns, me and the computer opponent, claiming one at a time. And then we'll eventually have all of them. I will have a bonus of 4 of them, basically. So if I'm drawing on the screen here, this is horses. Every turn, basically, if you have this any of these pasture territories, you will get a new horse. And if you have open area, for example, imagine I have this horse territory as well as this and this. If there's already a little horsey over here, this is my horse drawing, then it'll spread out. So they spread out across all the contiguous lands you have. And each one of those horses adds 1 to your force total, basically. So the horses are quite nice. This is coal. Coal is used for building, I think, pretty much everything. You build cities with 1 of every resource. Not horse, though. You build weapons with, I believe, I'll have to look them up. I think it's just 2 different resources. One of 2 different types for a weapon. And the other thing you can build is a ship. So I'll have to look up the cost for all those things. But yeah, this is iron. This is timber. And I think that's all of them, right? Hey, gold. With gold, you can actually with gold you can buy things without having all the resources. For example, I think you can spend 4 gold to buy a city if you don't have the 1 each of all the resources. So gold is kind of like the alternate way of just buying things outright. And it is very powerful because of that. But you don't want to have just gold. All right, so let's see. I can choose to go with this resource distribution, which should be proceed, or I can just say shuffle them all up again, or I can move specific ones. It seems like kind of not like cheating, but I don't know. I could move them all like to cluster things together or whatnot, but it doesn't necessarily benefit me because we're each taking turns picking one at a time. So I don't know. I want to use it. It just feels cheesy, even though it's not really cheating, I guess. But I'll just go with what we got. What's interesting about this layout is well, one thing is that we have these little islands, just of one coal, one timber. And this is like the gold island at top. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, as you can imagine, this is the main event up here. This big island, and but that little guy at the top, that's going to be very valuable. I feel like the 2 gold up there. That is, if I'm not mistaken, we only have 3 gold on the whole map, and 2 of them are up there. Wow, that could get interesting. So I could see that being hotly contested. We'll be sending ships to attack that island back and forth. We'll be trying to protect it as much as we can. All right, so let's go with it. And Tonda says, "Did you pay the iron price or the gold price?" Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to. I usually like to get a good horsey territory, right? So like we got these 2 pretty close to each other horses, so I might start with those and try to spread out. Sometimes what I do is I pick territories in mostly the same area, but not perfectly contiguous. I'll just get the key stuff. Like maybe I'll get this guy first, this horse, then this coal, then this timber. And then I might try to connect them by filling in the gaps. But you definitely don't want to miss out on resource. In fact, I'm kind of a little scared I'm going to wind up with no gold. That would be really bad if I wind up with no gold. But we got to start somewhere, so let's start with this horsey. Ah, it's a Song of Ice and Fire. You can see the computer's going right for the gold up there. I'm a little nervous. I'm kind of thinking of grabbing the leftmost one just to not let him get the monopoly, sort of. I'm not strictly a monopoly, but you get my idea. It might be a good time for me to review the costs of everything really quickly. It's only going to take a moment. All right, so here we go. 1 iron, 1 coal is a weapon. 1 gold, 1 iron, 1 coal, and 1 timber is a city. And level 3 and 4, yeah, I'm playing 3 and 4 here. Oh, so also, okay, well, these are like cumulative, right? So 2 gold is a weapon, 4 gold is a city. But also 1 iron, 1 coal is a weapon. Gold, iron, coal, timber is a city. 3 timber is a boat, and 3 gold is a boat. You can see how gold's important. Yeah, because you need cities to win, and you cannot get a city without a gold. So right there, you need gold. All right. So yeah, I mean, maybe I will grab one. I don't know, I'm kind of torn between like really beefing up down here. If I could like just swarm this main area, well, not gonna be the whole main area, but like basically I'm torn between just grabbing this one so he doesn't get both. Let's just go with that. I'm gonna go with that. I'm grabbing the one. Okay, he's building a little closer to me than I'd like, but that's all right. I'm gonna get another horse here. Of course, horses are power. Get the wood here. All right. Get some coal, and I'll try to get this iron too if he doesn't snatch it up. I might grab this now, actually. Because I feel like if I pick this, he might grab it, and if he grabs the coal in response to my choosing the iron here, I have pretty good strength against that coal. I could probably just grab it. Okay, so he's kind of clustering his stuff, which makes sense. I guess now I'll grab the coal. I want to get that. Well, I guess I have this gold to work with for now, but I want to start. I think I'm gonna grab this horsey and try to connect everything. It's kind of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch. I'll go try it anyway. Having a horse monopoly is not the worst thing. All right, he's got the gold like I thought he would. Let's try to connect. He's got that coal in the corner. Yeah, that's true, Toned. If I do want to fortify, actually, just grabbing this little thing here will fortify it. This piece here, it might not look great, but it'll make it so that if he tries to see, the way it works is all the surrounding territories of the same color contribute. So if I, for example, grab this guy here, then when he attacks this way, my force becomes 1 + 1 because these two are adjacent, and his is only 1. You know, this is not counting building weapons and stuff like that. So that might be a good place to grab. Right now, though, I feel like I really don't want to leave these little bits and pieces I've picked out like too separated. So I'm going to try to fill it. I might just grab this iron too. Yeah, I'm going to grab the iron and then connect everything. Okay, he beat me to that one. Oh, well, up top. So I might make it a priority to build a weapon up here. I'll have to do something like that. Okay, he's going for that timber. Now it's all about the empty spaces. Oh, okay, he's going right up there. All right. Okay. That place is not going to really hold out very well. But all right, man, do what you got to do. That's me talking to the computer. Okay. All right. So now it's pretty much just grabbing junk from here out. At least that's the way I see it. Or maybe it's more like no-brainers, I guess you could say. There's not a lot of strategic value to these islands at the east and the south. Or this guy here. Trying to think, is there any value to that? I'm going to get 4 bonus territory, so I'm going to get that junk anyway. This one will probably get devoured quickly by his attackers, but it'll waste an action for him. It'll waste an attack. So it has some value. And now I'm going to click this one, and then I'm going to get the... No, he's gonna get one more, and then I get my 4 freebies. I get my welfare. He can't decide. He's taking a while. Like, which one? I'm doing some serious number crunching here. All right, that's that. So I have the edge territory-wise. Doesn't mean I overall have the better strategic advantage, but I think I did pretty well in my territory selection. So we're just watching production happen now. That's right. You have to place a stockpile. You have to place where all your resources are hiding out. And you can loot the other player's stockpile. And if you do that, you get all his stuff. There's one school of thought that you put it on an island. But once somebody starts developing ships, you can move it. And you might want to do that. However, I'm thinking maybe just here is quite well protected. And the horses are only going to spread and add to the protection. So I think I'm going to do that. Oh, tone deaf. Wait in with upper left island for now. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. I forget how. Well, the reason why I didn't choose it actually because I forget if it's expensive to move the stockpile. Like, does it use like an attack or? I think it doesn't actually. So maybe that would have been a good move. Anyway, I like to change the water. Right now it looks like a bunch of white dots. You can make them dots, plain, or waves. And then you can choose a color. Like, I don't know what's going on in those oceans. I used to always pick this back in the day. I used to think it looked nice. But you could go with this one. Oh, it doesn't let you pick that because that's the color of me. But you can also change the color of the players. Anyway, I'll just leave it at this. Yes, you could change the colors if you want to select that ocean color for a player or vice versa. Yeah, I think I do get a free move stockpile, so maybe I should have done that. Oh, right, you can make shipments as well. I'm trying to remember how that works. I think I could move a horse up to up to 2 spaces. I might want to move one of them more to the front lines. Let's try it. Move a horse from here. I could put it right here. Stop here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so you get 2 attacks. I believe if the first one fails, you don't get a second. So, what do I want to do? I would love to attack up top, but I cannot yet. What do our stockpiles look like? So I have 2 iron, 1 coal, 1 timber, 1 gold, 3 horses. He has 1 iron, so I beat him on iron. He has 2 coal. He beats me on coal. 3 timber. He beats me on timber. 2 gold. He beats me on gold. But I totally own him in horses. Overall, he's got more of a spendy resource advantage, but I have the horsepower. So I'm hoping I can trample him with horses. All right, but for now, where are we going to attack? Let's see. Yeah, I would love to well, just get rid of some of these empty spaces. That's pretty much all I can do with them. I don't want to get this one, this one. I feel like this one isn't really going to help me much. It's not going to give me much of a strategic advantage if I take this out. And he can't really do much with that. This might be good to dig into. Also, I'd be getting a little closer to a stockpile. Getting rid of these would help me on the defense in case he tries to push upward in this direction and wants to, like, you know, grab my stuff here, the horse and the iron. I'm going to see what the odds are here. That would be 6-4 in my favor. This would be 5-1 in my favor. 4-1. Yeah, so what I could do is do this one first, perhaps, or this one. One of these ones, because I'm very likely to succeed, and then I can do a second attack over on the west side. So let's do that. Attack succeeds. All right, you have to listen to that little jingle about 100 times in this game. Well, you can actually turn music off. All right, I'm going to go for this guy here. I feel like that's a little riskier, but still, I still have the edge. All right. Very good. End conquest. Now, red gets to attack me. And what's he going to go for? If he gets that gold up top, I'm not going to be happy. Oh, it's 1-1 though, so he doesn't have great odds. But if he gets it, that's gonna suck. Yeah, attack repulse. That means I defended successfully. Beautiful. Okay, so that was his 1 attack for the turn. He did not gain anything. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm only gonna hold off. I can only hold him off at the top for so many turns though. So. He's building a city already. Right there, okay. So notice he's doubling a lot of production now. I might want to build up right at the gold that I'm concerned about. I could build either a weapon or a city, honestly. If I build a city, I'll double my gold production. It won't be like a super amazing doubling factor. Like, look what he did here. He doubled his coal, iron, and 2 of his timber. So he's going to be really pumping out whatever costs iron, coal, and timber. It sounds like probably weapons. So I definitely don't want to lose that area at the top. Is there a chance I could grab? Might be able to grab his stockpile. I'm thinking if I make a weapon and then I bring horses into the battle. How much does a weapon add? Is it one or two? Forget. Grab the stockpile says tone if I'll try to go for that. I just can't super easily do it, but it's not an infeasible target. What does the weapons add? I gotta look that up. Bear with me one moment, please, as I scan the scan of the manual. Unfortunately, I can't just search for text in it because, you know, it's an image scan. Forces. That's right. You can actually trade resources, but, you know, the computer doesn't do that. So you can, as it says here in the rules, you can orally trade. So you would say, hey, I'll give you, you know, wood for a sheep. Which game are we playing? No, I'll give you a wood for an iron. And then you just go to the trade menu and do it. Boy, what is the weapon at? I know it's like one or two. I think it's two, but I can't seem to find it. Horses. There we go. +3 for a weapon in the home territory. That's for the defender. So what does the attacker do? Do they add 3 as well? I would assume probably. I don't think the weapons are primarily defensive. All right, I guess you add 3. That's actually quite good, and if he really is able to pump out a bunch of them soon, that's going to be a challenge. Maybe I just have to hit fast and hard. All right, so if I do a weapon, I won't be able to make a city. But if it does add 3, then if I put it here and then go for the stockpile, that would be 4 versus 4, and then I can bring a remote horse in to make it 5 versus 4. It's a little risky, but because if you lose in the attack, I would lose the weapon and the horse. Actually, I wouldn't use the weapon. If I leave the weapon here, I don't lose it, but I would lose a horse if I lose. But yeah, 5 to 4 is pretty good odds. It's far from guaranteed, but better than 50-50. All right, I'm gonna try it. Or what I could do is start with a less risky attack that'll add to my force value a little bit, which should be this guy. If I take that out, and then I go for the stockpile right after. One problem with this plan is he gets to attack first, so whatever he captures could affect this plan I have in mind. However, he might just go for this guy and fail again. Or even if he does take it out, that's his first of 2 actions already used up. All right, so I'm going to go for the weapon and put it here. Yeah, he gets to attack first because every turn every full turn, like you do every phase of 1 full time, the order is reverse. And you can see the order on the left hand side right here. So it's red goes first, then blue. All right. So we did our development phase. He built a city. I built a weapon. Now it's production. Oh, that's right. Horses are going to spread some more for me at least. Although, geez, he's going to really start to outpace me pretty fast in production. Now the cities don't double horses, so I can't get more horses via cities, unfortunately. Yeah, here comes the breeding grounds. All right, where does it go? All right, I'll take that. Another horse up there. Cool. All right, it's time for Red's conquest phase. No, it's shipment, sorry. Shipment comes before conquest. He's thinking, think. Da 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 da. Move, stop. Oh, jeez, why did I think of that? For some reason, I didn't anticipate his doing that. But all right. Can't argue with that logic, though. All right. There goes my brilliant plan, but I can move some horses inward. You know, it's not bad, though. I can start digging into that whole, area here. Once I got all these horses and weapons, I might be able to take out 2 of these this turn. Yeah, his production capabilities are kind of scaring me, though. But let's move a horsey in. So one could go down here. They can move up to 2 spaces. Let's see. I think he's going to attack the gold up top again. I just have to hope he fails again. Think. The 8-bit processor is like, let me evaluate every possible thing. Force him back with concentrated capital, says Tone Deaf. Yeah, I mean, forcing him back, I think, is the way to do this. He's seriously thinking. I don't know what he's. I honestly don't think he has any good attacks to make besides up top. But again, his production capabilities might turn the tides. But I have a lot of these territories that are really like packed in there. So like, and for those who don't understand how the force count works, is if I attack a territory, there's 1 point for each side's territories that are adjacent to the targeted territory, plus that targeted territory itself. So in other words, if I attack, then you have the bonuses like horses and stuff, right? So, or let's say he attacks here, he gets 1, 2, 3, and then I get from my territories, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But also we add in this horse for 6 and the weapon for I believe 3, so 8. So it would be 8-3 in that case. He's doing it. I can't. I know I'm not going to hold out forever. He got it. Oh man. And I have no source of gold. Should have just put the weapon up there, honestly. Well, it might behoove me to make a ship soon. He's going for that one. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right, well, this turn I can only attack with what we have here. In other words, I can't make a ship magically appear or anything. So I mean, yeah, really all I could do is dig into that his big contiguous cluster. I could go. I'm leaning towards attacking from this end. I've got the weapons and everything. I could attack from this end because I do have a need for gold. However, I am weaker over there. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I can do, except these, which are kind of useless to attack. Or I could go for these, but I don't even have good odds, honestly. So let me check out the odds for like the southeastish area, but it's not going to be good, I don't think. Yeah, that's equal, but I could bring in a horse to tilt the odds in my favor. I should probably just keep digging in where I'm stronger, though. That's what my gut tells me to do. Like do something like that, yeah. So if I can keep carving through there, that's good. But how many turns can I do it? That's to be determined. All right, so we could start with this one, perhaps. Are these all 5-4? 7-4 is definitely better. Let's start with the 7-4, and we'll bring in a horse too. So now, because I put the horse on the territory I'm attacking, if I lose, I will lose the horse. But when you bring them in, you can't just bring them into an adjacent place for some reason. You have to adjacent territory that you own. You have to bring them into the place you're attacking. You can bring reinforcements like that. All right, success. Yeah, tone deaf says in the electoral map, the red looks like it completely dominates the blue, and also send in the Trojan horse if you need to. That's what I'll do, the Trojan horse. Or the Trojan rabbit. What are our stockpiles? So I have 2 gold still at least, so I have some for now. Well, you know what? Man. I'm just realizing I lost the game. Because I gave it such a low city goal number to win 3 cities. You can just make 2 cities next turn, and that's it. Because you just spend 1 of each of the iron, coal, timber, gold, and you can do that. So honestly, my only hope is a Hail Mary at his stockpile right now, I think. That's not going to work. See, that's what kind of sucks about when you play like a game like this, and the goal of what you need to win is very limited. Like you start to think big and strategize about how to gain ground, then it's like, oh, that guy got the 3 things he needs to game over. Anyway, we can always play again. But let's see what the odds are right now. It's going to be terrible. 2 to 8. If I bring in the horse with the weapon, I believe it'll be 6 to 8, which isn't great, but it's possible. Horse from here, and you can carry the weapon. All right. If I fail, it's game over. If I win, that's going to be exciting. Yeah, I kind of bungled that. Like, I wasn't thinking of that goal being like, you know, the victory condition to be so within grasp. But here we are. All right, so wish me luck on this one. Here it goes. Ah, all right, that's it. Yeah, you're right, Tone. I wasn't seeing the forest for the trees. Well, it would have, you know, that would have been an exciting moment though if I pulled it off. So it was worth it. It was worth the chance to have an exciting moment. Now instead I can moan about how unlucky I am. No, how stupid I am. Yeah. I'm at least gonna build up my front. You know, there's a chance the AI is stupid and decides to build weapons instead of cities, like I'm doing. No, like basically, I guess there's a chance it won't realize it can win right now. But honestly, I would feel like that's not really. I want it to win. Like I don't want it to just be stupid and decide not to win. Actually, if it doesn't decide to win, I'll feel like I wasted that high risk, high reward attack. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Yeah, I bungled this game for sure. Fortune favors the brave, says Tone. Yeah, sure. You're coming out with the good quotes. Good quotes tonight. All right, that's it. That's the game. It might let you finish the turn, actually. I'm not sure if that actually affects matters. It doesn't really. He's building a boat, too. Just to add insult to injury, he might... To add insult to injury, he might capture my stockpile before winning. Can I pull off a Hail Mary to attack one of his cities? Is he running up the score? Yeah. He might run up the score. That's gonna be the hailiest of Hail Marys if I go for this. Go try to get this one and then the city here. Oh my god. I can't imagine how bad those numbers are gonna be. I forget how much the city adds as protection, but it does help. Seemingly insoluble problems prevent shipment. Yeah, that's right. You have random events sometimes, so I can't even bring in an extra horse to help, which is what I was hoping to do. Well, I mean, I can, when I'm attacking, I could say, if I'm attacking here, I could bring in these guys as reinforcements to here. But I was hoping to bring in, say, this horse as part of shipment to over here, perhaps. Oh, well. It's not my day, apparently. All right, so he's going to win at end of turn unless I capture a city. So I have to go all out Hail Mary here. Even more Hail Mary than last time. That's not bad, though. 6-6. And I can bring in the horse with the weapon. After that point, the city's odds are... What, one? Again, I don't remember how much the city adds, but let's forget about the city for the moment. It would be... So assuming I take this and I have the horse and the weapon there, he would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus my... 1 for the territory, 2 for the horse, 3. It would be 5 to 5 plus whatever a city gets you. I think it gives you like 2. Right now he has 6 here, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think the city gives him an extra 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 from the city. All right, well, we got to go for it. The thing is, if I do pull this off, then he'll get my stockpile with the boat potentially. I'm surprised this is actually fairly good odds. Not much I lose anyway. All right. Every turn I'll be doing a Hail Mary. So you're telling me there's a chance. That's what this game is like. Okay. Okay. So what do we got here? 5 versus 7, and I can bring in 3. I would actually have the edge. It's too bad I can't take his stockpile, but that just... I have no other move than this, basically. Well, technically I could go for this one. That's crappy odds. All right. For some reason, I didn't even think this was, like, feasible, but I'm actually going to have the edge. Yeah, the weapons are powerful. I got to not forget that. All right, well, this is it. Do or die here, 9-7. Oh, come on. All right, so I had the edge, 9-7, and I still lost, and it's game over. And yet he's going to attack me still. He's going to run up the score, like you were saying, Tone Deaf. There you go. Oh, he's going over there with the boat. Okay, interesting. Oh, man. Yeah, he's rubbing it in now. I don't think Ty favors the entrenched defender on... I'm not really sure. I'm playing high chance mode, but I said repulse on that one for what it's worth. For high chance mode, all attacks are subject to chance with the odds fixed in proportion to the points total. All right, I lost. He made the whole world red. No. Better dead than red. Oh, you know, it's not playing the jingle like they said in the Cracker intro. It normally plays... Oh, here it is. I was going to say, it normally plays that Bach prelude. And I was going to hum it. But here you go, you get to hear it. Alright. Enough of your Bach prelude. Yeah, let's play again. So yeah, I kind of bungled that. You know, I feel like 3 cities is way too easy to just sort of sprint for a victory. And that's kind of why I don't remember ever picking that. Like it felt like I was going against my gut of how you should configure the game. But I decided to go with it anyway to keep it quick. And it was pretty quick, I guess. But do I want to go for 6 or 5? Let's go with 5. 5 to 1. That's still, it can be pretty quick still. I probably overly focused on horses. While it is nice to have that advantage with the horses, if he's getting so many resources that he can rush to a victory, it doesn't really matter, does it? And maybe I'd want to balance it a little bit better. Like I could aim for the edge with horses, but do a little better with the other resources, perhaps. All right. I'm going to pick a different level. Let's see, we got Down Under, South America, World, Early Italia, Caribbean, Africa. Does anyone in the chat want to call out a level, perhaps? Tone Deaf votes for Early Italia, number 15. That's a good choice. I was thinking perhaps that one. Mediterranean, Prussia, Shenandoah. Shenandoah 2. All right, I think I will go with Early Italia. So I don't remember what this map actually looks like. Oh, I guess we're using ships for sure then. Okay. I mean, it's in Italy for, I thought maybe it was like a more zoomed in at Italy, but that's okay. Definitely don't want to neglect ships here. That's interesting because you use the timber to make ships and they're all, I always forget if it's called timber or lumber. I think it's lumber. All the lumber is over here. You can buy ships too, though, with money. So the mainland Italy basically does not have any gold or lumber. Maybe I'll just redistribute and make it a little more balanced. I mean, that could be interesting in its own right. I just don't know if I want to play that way right now. All right, it's a little bit more evenly distributed. Horses being on tiny islands is probably not super great. That's fine. Challenger Inner Caesar says Tone Deaf. Yeah, man. All right, I guess I'll go with this. It's interesting. Yeah, the horses only being on those little islands mean you can defend them pretty well. Okay, let's go for it. I'm not sure where I want to start with, though. So there's more, well, in terms of number of resource territories, that northeast area has more. Italy has gold. The little islands are nice. So maybe I'll go for Italy because that seems cool, and this little coal island because there's no coal on Italy, so I can try for those. Let's start with the gold right here and see how it progresses. Secure the gold early, says Tone Deaf. Yeah, I might want to go for this gold too, but I definitely want to have coal. I don't want to miss out on coal. Oh man, you're doing that? Really gonna do that? All right, I guess we're battling over mainland Italy too. It would be really good to not let him have a little stronghold up here, so I might want to just pick this guy right now. If you look at the numbers, if he manages to get where my cursor is now and this one here, he would be like, I would be attacking at my 2 versus his 3, which would not be great. So I think I want to nip that in the bud. All right, now I'm going to go for the coal down here. And actually, I'm actually going to start with the horse, because what happens is if he picks the coal, I can overwhelm him 2 to 1 because I have the horsey. So I will go with the horse, and then I'll take this horse next. This pasture next. Oh, he's going for that. All right. He heard me talking out loud. Yeah, I wouldn't want to grab this gold. He's just going to overrun it like I was saying. I mean, there is value to getting the first turn production, but it's probably not worth it. So what I'm thinking is either coal, maybe trying to get a little stronghold up here with his lumber or something. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, he's finishing off the gold there, sure. I don't think it's bad to try to make a little bit of progress up. Yeah, so I'll just overrun his coal shortly. But yeah, he gets the first turn production, which is not fantastic, I suppose. So let's strengthen up a little here. Okay. If I can hold off on that northeast area, that's, you know, if I could actually keep a little stronghold there, that's actually pretty good, I think. I'm still playing difficulty 1, so I'm going to get 4 free territories. There we go. Even though it's kind of a strong advantage. Oh, packs of mutant wolves prevent production. That's interesting. Okay. And what I was going to say is, what I'm realizing is, even though I'm getting the 4 territory advantage, it's giving me like these garbage islands off to the side because nobody's claiming them. So I guess it's probably better if you know, that territorial advantage is probably stronger if you don't play a map with little garbage islands, basically. So we have no production. I don't get the horse advantage. Yeah, I don't know why there's a mutant wolf. That's pretty weird. A weird thing to say. But there's nothing to ship. What makes this unfortunate is he actually has a decent chance to attack this way because I don't have a horse, so we miss production. So I think I actually want to proactively attack that coal and hope I get it. But that can be my second attack because it's 50-50 odds, basically. How do I set the, setting menu is elsewhere. That's fine. Right, yeah, so I guess I'll, well, what are my odds here? This would be 2 to 3, wouldn't it? All right. I'll take out this lumber first. That's 4 to 1. That's pretty good odds. Very good odds. And now I'm going to go for the 50-50 to knock out his coal because that would seriously suck if he gets my horse out of there. But you know, he only has a 50-50 as well, so it's like I get a coin flip. If I fail, he gets a coin flip. So I might as well get that coin flip in first. Ah. And if he gets it, I'm going to be depressed. Then I'll have no coal production. Man. I was assuming, well, you know, my horse there will make me stronger. Here he goes. He can do it, I think. Nope, he's not doing it. All right, he's trying to knock me out of there, which makes sense, I guess. Knock me out of that northeast area. All right. What's he going to do next? It looks like all of the attacks are just 50-50. All the reasonable attacks. So he'll probably do the pasture, I think. I'll be going up there. That's 50-50 as well. Hoping he fails with that one. Some guys have all the luck. Oh well. Well, you know, maybe I'll get a chance to build a weapon up in that that lumber before he manages to wipe it out. So as long as we have the opportunity, let's paint the water. Let's make it waves this time. Oh, white waves are ugly looking. What color should we use? Green waves. I'll go with that one. Or the darker blue. Which one? Yeah, we'll go with the darker blue. Alright, so we cannot develop anything this turn. We have no resources. But now we'll have production. So what does he get? He has basically 1 of everything but 2 coal. I don't have coal yet. I was hoping to knock that out first turn. I have 1 of everything but no coal and 2 of lumber. All right, where's my stockpile? Here is pretty well protected. Well, I mean, I could go with the island until... Yeah, this is fine. All right, so I'm hoping this turn I can get that coal out of the way. Or make it mine, I should say. Is there any point in shipment? Not really. The Ents will hold the territory up top. Yeah. The lumber Ents. Okay, he's going for a 1-to-1. Ah, come on. How come he gets all the 50-50s? He succeeded. Alright. So he wiped me out of the whole northeast area. The sort of, I'm trying to think what country that would be today. I'm going to look at a world map quick. My geography is not holding up today. Anyway, let's do an attack while my world map's pulling up. Yeah, I guess it's just, that looks like the area of like Albania, Greece, Bosnia, Herzegovina, etc. All right. So what are my odds here? Yeah, 2-to-1. Basically, I only have 2 attacks and they're both 2-to-1. This one's more valuable, obviously, so let's do that. Okay. Tone Deaf said that Ents took too long to say good morning. Darn those Ents. So right now, what am I not producing anything? I got gold, iron, lumber, coal, horse. I got one of each. And he's got gold, coal, lumber, lumber, iron. So he's not getting. Hold on. He's got. I can count gold, coal, 2 lumber, iron, horse. Yeah, so he's beating me in the production game, and that he has 2 lumber coming in basically. All right. So maybe I'll try to I don't know how effectively I can do this, but I will try to get a bow weapon horse built and just attack his stockpile. For now though, all I can do is this. You can buy ships S Tone Deaf. It costs 3 gold or what to buy a ship? I gotta find that chart. It is 3 timber. Oh, 3 timber or 3 gold. Yeah, you might be close to that, if not already able to buy a ship. I think I need to get a better hang of the resource cost for things. Then I'll play better. All right, so right now though, I can't develop anything because of my lack of coal, basically. I don't have. Yeah, you need, was it iron and coal for a weapon, 3 lumber for ship, 1 of each for a city. All right, you can make a city or a weapon. Unfortunately, you're making a city. Just gonna put it there. Oof. These cities are powerful. Come on. Dionysian revelries prevent production. So no production again. All I can do is move the horse with shipments. Oh, move him from the pasture to the coal. Dionysian revelries. I can't even attack, can I? There's nowhere for me to attack. He can't attack this turn either. All right, you're 4 then, I guess. What? Now terrible earthquakes prevent production. The only plus side of this is, to me, it doesn't really matter. We're kind of just at a stalemate. Like he's not able to get ahead of me while this lack of production happens. So it's just kind of like wasting our time. Okay. 2 years without a battle. All right, so we don't develop anything again. Yay, production. I mean, I could make a city. Next turn. I don't like him tearing ahead of me in resource production. That's how he killed me last time. So I think I either want to go cities or aggressively just trying to target his stockpile with boat and weapon horse or something like that. I have to do the math though. So what would be the math on that anyway? For now, though, it is a big I can't do anything conquest once again. Yeah, he's getting way ahead of me. Now the math is looking terrible to try to target his stockpile, I think. Oh, do you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I forget if the adjacent horse gave me protection. Okay, now I've got a weapon too. Well, let's do the math, because if I can pull that off, actually doesn't even have much in his stockpile at this point. He built so much. Yeah, so if I can somehow pull off an attack on a stockpile this turn, I don't even get that much. I mean, it'd be good to be able to conquer his horse and gold there anyway, resource-wise. That would actually be quite good. But I'm thinking I might want to build cities like he's doing. But let's try to do the math. So if I wanted to attack, let's say, directly his city with the stockpile, what would that look like? Dun 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 dun. This is where the math is a little hard. So the defender would have 1 for the territory, 1 for adjacent. All right, so we're at 2, 3 for the horse, 4 for the adjacent horse, 6 for the city, 9 for the adjacent weapon. Oh, good. He's got 9. I think if I had boat come and attack with weapon and horse, that would be like, I think it's like 2 for the boat, 3 for the weapon, 1 for the horse, or thereabouts. So that would be, we're already getting into Hail Marys. I believe that would be correct. I don't know why they don't have the attack odds laid out as clearly as they do, or like the force points as clearly as they do for the defense here. It just says for defending territory, this is that. But I think it's basically 2 + 3 + 1 if I make that attack I was just thinking about. I guess I shouldn't go that route, but I'm afraid he's going to outpace me in the resource department if I just make cities. All right. But I think that's the best thing to do nonetheless. Put 1 here. That's good though. We're doubling 3 resources, and next turn I can put 1 on the coal, perhaps. Toad said if there's grass on the territory, it's fertile to breed. Okay. That makes sense. No innuendo there, right? His breeding grounds have run out. It's kind of funny that we just have these two little horse islands. 2 territories each. There's no more room for there to breed. I could make a boat just to ship horses to the mainland. That might not be a bad idea. Rampant iconoclasm prevents shipment. Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Nothing to attack. You literally cannot attack each other until a ship is built. So if I build a city, I can still make a boat, can't I? Because a boat would cost 3 timber. All right. But I definitely want a city. All right. I mean, the nice thing is I'm going to be making 2 coal per turn now. So I feel like if I pretty much just focus on cities, I think I can make 2 per turn unless he starts kicking my butt, which is totally possible. If I make a boat now, well, I mean, I'm going to be making so much more lumber anyway. It doesn't hurt to make a boat, I feel like. And I think it might actually be a good idea to ship horses back and forth. Not back and forth, but just keep shipping them from that little island to my mainland. That would gradually beef things up. I do have to be prepared for he could build a boat like right now though, and go for my little island or something. That would be pretty terrifying. So maybe I actually want to make a weapon. I mean, the boats do help on defense too, but he has to actually attack. Well, I mean, the weapon has 3 and the boat has 2. I think I want a weapon. Is this going to be a purchased weapon, or what does it cost to build? It is either 2 gold or 1 iron and 1 coal. Yeah, so I don't have the coal for the weapon, so it's going to be purchased with gold. So it becomes, do I want to protect the coal city or the stockpile city? The stockpile is going to have a defense total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, I believe, which is pretty good. I think I want to defend the coal city, which right now has 1, 2. Oh, that's not bad either. 1, 2 for the city, 2 for the 2 territories, 4, 6 for the, once you include the horses. So total of 6, but now it's a total of 9. It's funny, we almost have like a fairly close to a mirror image situation happening here. So I could build about 2 with my 3 timber. Yeah, let's do that. Hold on. It might be better here just in case I decide to ship boat and weapon. Although for now I don't have plans to do that. And that adds 2 to the defense too. So he's not going to attack there. Here he goes. Of course he can build 2 cities now. Oh man. And already it feels like the goal is in sight. Yeah, somehow I'm letting him run away with these games. Okay, he's making a weapon. Here comes the boat. This was my fear. Is he going to go boat, weapon, horse to my stockpile? Uh-oh. Could. Do we still have shipment, though? Oh, we got production now. Okay. You know, go on the boat. Put the horse on the boat. It doesn't work like that. I want it to work like that. All right, so next turn I could make 2 cities, but I feel like so could he, and he's going to win the game. We're at that situation again. I should just play with 6 cities every time. I need to be able to play with like 10 cities. I think I'm thinking too long term somehow. And then it's like, oh wait, now the goal is like in my face. I'm playing the long game now. I said tone deaf earlier. Yeah. Let me think about this. All right, so we have enough resources to just make 2 cities. So I need to claim a city and or a stockpile. The stockpile. My best odds might actually be to try to surprise attack here. It's not really a surprise, but then the city. This weapon is going to be a pain that will add 3. The problem is I have to make my move first. Then if I move out the weapon, move out the boat, weapon, and horse. Say I do go over here, and he can more easily do the same boat, weapon, and horse goes to this city. So I wish I could defer to his move right now, but I have to make a move. And basically it comes down to what I just said. Well, it could be this city too. Like I could go with city with the stockpile, city next to the stockpile, or this one over in wherever the heck we are. Not Greece, north of that. Eastern European, let's say. But I guess I gotta go with which one of the 3 options gives me the best odds. Or I could just say, go, screw it, Hail Mary for the stockpile. Well, let's do the math here. We have 1 for each territory. 1, 1. 1 for each horse. 1, 1. The weapon counts 3. The boat counts 2. City here counts 2. City here counts... Oh, my God. So basically, if I attack the stockpile, it's all these numbers added up. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 13, I believe. Fortune favors the bold again. Yeah, right. And the math would be the same if I go for this city. So I might as well go for the stockpile one, I guess. But you do get to capture a boat, but I'd rather go for the stockpile. However, if I go for this one, what are my odds? I think they're better, but I have to win 2 battles and then leave this one vulnerable for his presumably subsequent attack. But what would the numbers here be? It would be 1. Let's clear all this mess again. You're all seeing this drawing on the screen, right? I hope you are. 1 for the territory, 1 for this territory, 1 for this territory, 2 for the city here, 3 for the weapon. So attacking here would be 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, and I think my boat, weapon, horse adds up to 6. So I'd have to win that and then here, or I could just go for the weapon space directly, and then I think you capture the weapons if you win that. The odds here would be slightly worse though. What would Caesar do? It would probably not be terrible at strategy like I am. Another thing to consider is that even if I do pull off the Hail Mary and win this stockpile, he can go, if I choose there and not here, he can go bow, weapon, horse, go here, take it, because my bow, weapon, horse will be over here. And then he would take a city back and still be able to win the game. No, he wouldn't be able to win the game because I'd have his resources. I guess I'm gonna go for that one. This is terrible. I'm gonna play again after this and do 6 cities and and try to build up my own cities faster. All right, so here we go. What did I say? He's gonna have 19 or something like that. Oh. I guess I just gotta do it. Is there anything worth shipping though? I mean, I was hoping in the long term I could like ship horses here. Again, I think this game is it's too short for you to think this long term. So I should not think of plans like that. Like, oh, I'm going to ship horses 1 per turn over like 20,000 turns. No. All right, so I'm not going to ship anything. I might want to move my stockpile. No, actually, I think it's fine where it is. Not really, he could do that. If I do win that Hail Mary on his stockpile, he can attack mine. He'll get a city And all the stuff I just took from him right back. It's not super well defended. My defense here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the city. Well, let's see. I'm not going to win this attack anyway, probably. He's 11. Why did I think he had like 19 or something, or was I just misremembering? Let me just do the math again, because I would like to understand the math too. 1 for the territory, 1 for the territory, 1 for the horse, 1 for the horse, 2 for the city, 2 for the city, 3 for the weapon here, and 2 for the boat. 4, 5, 6, 8, 13. I wonder if the adjacent boat doesn't actually count, although I thought I read that in the manual, because my math here is 13 right now. Well, in any case, it's 11 for whatever reason. So I think it's going to be what? It's to be like 6 versus 11. It's possible. All right. Somehow I'm always reduced to making Hail Mary attacks. So, yeah, obviously I need to play better. But here it goes, nothing. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Oh, well. That's that. The boat counts when attacking. It's 2 for the boat, 3 for the weapon, 1 for the horse, which is why I had 6. Well, that's game pretty much. He's not even attacking because he knows he can just. No, he'd rather defend and just build the cities he needs to win, and that's game basically. He can build the 2 he needs. We do have the end of the turn to reach still though, so if I can build another boat, I could try that again. Another boat and weapon. I have to remember that too. Is the whole turn to play out after development. I think I want to play a more larger landmass next time. I think it's more straightforward and I can handle it better. I can't build a boat, so there's no last ditch attempts possible here actually. Yeah. I can make 2 cities and say I almost won. I only lost by 1. That's what I can say. Might as well defend my stockpile and other resources a little bit more. All right. There should be a random event that cancels the victory condition check, like riots in the street prevent victory. So you can like stretch the game another turn. Yeah, I'm really upset I ruined my lamp here. Hopefully it's not I'm pretty certain I like twisted the wire too much or something. Oh well. So not only am I a loser at Lords of Conquest tonight, I'm a loser at breaking everything. All right. Religious upheaval prevents shipment. Okay. Gonna end conquest. He's not even gonna bother. He's gonna just stand pat. And that's all I can do. And he wins. All right. Well, I just suck, don't I? Lamps of Conquest. All right. Yeah, I want to play again, but let's do I want to play like a big land massy. I don't want to have to think too much about boats. We'll go with 6 cities to win. Element of chance high again. I feel so stupid losing on difficulty 1. And I'm like, I played this game a whole bunch. All right. What is a good landmass? I think North America might fit the bill. I'm gonna go with that. Play for Asia, says Tondo. All right, let's go with Asia. China might fit the bill. I think you do have some water to work with. Africa might be good. It'll be good to see like a preview of the map before you play it. Let's go with Africa. That I could definitely see ships being. Let's just do it. That's fine. I just don't want like a bunch of little islands and stuff. Let's check out these resources. Are these fair enough? I'm just gonna go with it. All right, we're scouting territory now. What to pick? It looks like they're pretty well distributed. There are only 2 gold, 3 gold. Okay. Just start right up here. He's got some gold. Get this gold. Get that iron. I'll get the timber over here. These guys, I want to build out here for sure. I'll just grab this for now. Oh man, he's building there too. Okay. Get the coal. Iron. Get more coal first. I'll try to close in some of these gaps. He's gonna grab that. All right. I feel pretty confident with my 2 horses. I can deal with that. I'm gonna grab the iron and then the gold on the west if he doesn't grab it first. All right, I'm getting that gold in the little island. I'll try to build a weapon there or something. All right, and I got my freebies because I suck. All right, I'm pretty pleased with it. I feel like he only has the edge on me in timber, and well, let's just look at the production. I don't have to count it all. I hear the drums echo. How's it go? I hear the drums echoing tonight. Where do I want to make a stockpile? I guess I'll go with the island and then just move it later when a boat happens. I'm a little concerned it might be possible to not get the timing right for that. Like it says, I'm just going to go with it, but a special event cancels shipment, and then I might not be able to move the stockpile when he builds a boat. Yeah, I'm kind of pleased with the location of those 2 horses. I feel like this is kind of like the front lines here. I can like get rid of this guy, dig in this way. Anyway, first things first is shipments. I don't think I want to do that. Trying to think, is there any need to move my horses? I might want to actually protect the gold more directly. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Not that he's likely to get it, but I feel like I'd rather have this horse here just for extra defense on the gold. Let's paint the water again. Let's go with, you know what? I'm going to change our character, our player colors first, because why not? I'm going to be this lovely brown. No, that's kind of ugly. I'm going to be, I don't know what I want to be. I'm going to be purple. Okay. And he can be... He can be yellow. Purple and yellow. Why not? Paint water. Go with waves. And now I can pick this color. It doesn't match the player color. Actually, it's this one. It's a little bit much. It's a little bit of an eyesore. I think I'm just going to go with this one again. Yeah, sure. Deep purple, yeah. Smoke on the water. Fire in the sky. Smoke. Bum, bum. I could bring in one horse there, but then it would be 3 to 5, so not great. I think I'm best off just taking this easy pickings timber out first. That succeeds. And then I might as well get that plain area up north. Empty area. Nothing here looks good, right? 2 to 4, 1 to 6. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if I could grab one of these with some lift. I could just go for this at 2 to 4, and if I get lucky, then hell yeah. This doesn't really give me a huge advantage, and it doesn't give. There's not much risk in leaving it there, so I'm almost tempted to just go for the Hail Mary, but yeah, I'm gonna do it. This is a Hail Mary that would there's pretty much nothing to lose, is the way I see it. So I'm doing it. All right, fine. Now he's just gonna pick off some garbagey areas like probably like here, and maybe he'll wipe out these so I can't just keep making that attempt. Honestly though, if he lets me just keep making that 2 to 4 attempt every turn, that's fantastic. But he's probably gonna end it right here. Oh, look at that! I fended him off. Nice. Yeah, screw you guys. I should build a weapon right there. I'll build that little little stronghold in northwestern Africa. He's gonna build a city weapon. Oh no, he's doing it. Okay, so now it's kind of meh. And oh, he's already doing the boat thing. Oh shit. Well, now I'm kind of forced to move the stockpile. But I mean, it's a free action as long as shipping isn't canceled, so not a big deal. All right, so weapons. I can build. Is it iron and coal for weapons? If so, I can build 2, which would be pretty interesting. Yeah. What if I put 2 on that northwest area of Africa? I gotta look at my Africa map so I can name these areas better. I used to know these things pretty well. I used to watch the Carmen Sandiego show. Yeah, so I have basically like Algeria, Morocco, Mali, Mauritania, something like that over there. And a bunch of those little countries like Liberia, Burkina Faso. But considering this, it wouldn't be great though if you did. Even though I move this, even if I move the stockpile, it wouldn't be great if he claims that gold. So I'm considering defending that. I could make a city and a weapon right there. Honestly, though, if I can just repeatedly attempt an attack here, just because I have a solid stronghold here, he might just move the stockpile. But I think that's still quite good. Strategically, this would be a great place to grab. If I surrender these places, that kind of sucks. By the time I can continue to dig in this way, it's gonna be a slog, I think. That's right, tone deaf. A solid geography foundation can be had from watching Carmen Sandiego. I used to watch that every day. I used to have like all these, African countries memorized and stuff, but I forget it all. I used to play the game too once in a while. All right. Gold only, no. I wish I had. If I had just one more gold, I could make a weapon and a city. It would be pretty good to get a city. I'm gonna go with my gut. My gut says it wants weapons. I have a very violent gut. I ate a little too much Taco Bell. I can make another one with pure money as well, which is interesting. Maybe I'll defend. Yeah, maybe I'll defend the gold with this, and then I can move the stockpile. Here comes production. Here comes his horsey. Current breeding grounds. Got another horse. All right. Another horsey. All right. I like having the ability. Are you kidding me? Plagues of cockroaches prevent shipments, and I can't move my stockpile. It's like the one thing I was like, oh, unless that happens, I should be okay. All right, let's see if he does it. Las cucarachas. Damn you. Las cucarachas entran, pero no pueden salir. If I lose this game because of cockroaches, if you get that stockpile, that's pretty devastating. I have like 2 of everything. And then I would not have that to build anything next turn, in addition to his being able to buy like 2 cities worth. He's thinking heavily, though. He's weighing all the risks. Or palmetto bugs. There's a sicko on Facebook, and I guess I'm even sicker because I watched some of his material. But he makes these short reels, like, you know, short form videos of, he has like an ant colony, and he takes one bug at a time, like a larger bug, like a cockroach, or sometimes a spider. It just puts it in there, and they just swarm it. It's kind of like a, I don't know what you call it. It's like a, it's not like an underground ant hill. It's like just a whole open area, and I guess like an ant farm sort of, but not like a little thing. It's like a big wide open area, and he just like sacrifices one critter at a time to it. And I watched several of those, and I'm ashamed to have watched them. It's pretty disturbing how quickly the ants will swarm any critter. Well, how long is this thing thinking? Oh my goodness. I broke its mind here. Oh, you saw that, Tone Deaf? I saw the one with the Black Widow. He purchased the insects for that purpose. That's pretty terrible. I think you can speed up the thinking by pressing the button, but I feel like I'm cheating a little if I do that. Like, I don't know. If it takes another like 2 minutes, I guess I'll do it, because I can't stay up all night. Oh, good. He came up with a decision. What's he doing? He's doing. Oh, he's not going for the stockpile, at least. Okay. But he's going over there with boat. All right. All right. Eight to 8. Oh my goodness. With my luck, I'm going to lose, but here we go. Ah. Oh well. Easy come, easy go, I guess. All right, fine. There, yeah, now the Northwest Territory has done it. Oh, he's going for that even. Oh my goodness. Man, you think you're doing well. Well, maybe I'll get a lucky roll here. Huh. All right, what's my chances of taking that place back? What? How does he have? So the boat is adding 2 there. I think the boat adds 2 on the if the direct territory has the boat, but not adjacent. Even though I thought the manual said adjacent. All right. Well, this sucks now. This is like impossible. I think the first thing I can do is take this out. Somehow that's even bad. It looks like it should not be bad. Jeez. I mean, I can bring a distant horse into that fight at least. I think I have to start with that. I'll bring this horse up from here. Suddenly I feel like I've lost the game already. Hey, there we go. Some luck in my favor. Okay. Should we play the chip tune of Africa? I saw somebody made a Sid tune of Africa by Toto. All right, so that does improve my odds here somewhat. 6 to 9 is better than whatever it was before. It was like 4 to, was it 4 to 10 before? I cannot bring anybody else in. If I pull this one off, I would capture the weapon, horse, and boat. They would not be killed, I believe. And I don't really have any better move, I think. Yeah, I'll go for this. Nah, no such luck. The cities add to offense. The problem, I can't find where the offensive points are counted. It's gotta be here somewhere. Let's see. Conquest. You know what? You could actually do something like a force count. Maybe that's not the right. It's 9. Is it 9 to 6? So if I attack, I'll have 6 to his 9, and but I don't know what. Yeah, I can't do a hypothetical like it. If I had a city here, what would it be? That kind of is driving my decision if I want to make city or weapon or what. I can't do both, unfortunately. Oh, I can't actually do both. Or I can do 2 cities. The offensive force count. Oh, here we go. We'll include include the forces of all the attacking players' territories bordering the defending territory. Both will not be counted because they must be specifically added to the attack. Note the force counts will vary depending on whether you're attacking or defending. A territory with a strong defensive position may not necessarily be strong offensively, and vice versa. All right. Sure. But it still doesn't say if cities help, actually. Well, I definitely want to protect that goal. I feel like that's in danger. Yeah, look at that. I could make a city and weapon there. Of course, if you capture that, that's extra suckitude. And that's not optimal placement for city in terms of just, racking up a lot of resource production. But it would really... Well, who gets to attack first this turn? It looks like I do because I'm purple. So if I keep that in mind, like, what are my odds of getting this guy killed if I can add another... Well, if I had like another 2 weapons into the picture, and again, I'm not sure if the cities help offensively. But if I just went with 2 weapons, I would have 12 versus a 9, which is pretty good. I think I'm gonna sort of 6 and 9 yin and yang, says Tone Deaf. Why don't I kind of just sort of split different sort of? I will make a weapon and a city, and I'll aim. I still have to worry about that stockpile, but I think I can move it this turn, hopefully. So yeah, let's aim for resource production with the city more than defense. I might regret that decision later, but and for the weapon, if I'm attacking first, I just want to put it where it's going to add to the combat and not likely be captured. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Like I feel like he probably wouldn't attack here. He'll get the gold first. I don't know. I guess I really do want it to defend if I fail in the attack. I want to really hold the line here if I can. There's another Toto song for you. Hold the line. All right, I'm going with that. Oh, shit, did I pick... Damn it. Did I pick buy with gold only by accident? Oh, well, I'm screwing up my whole game here. Okay, well, I might as well buy 2 more weapons then. There, we'll get them. We'll get that. You might get my gold on the west side, though. But I can build a boat. I can bring it into the attack, even if I'm not carting in stuff. They defend too, we said, right? Or I keep forgetting. I think it's the adjacent ones don't defend, but the actual territory's boat does. Can I cancel this? What is the force count here at the moment? Yeah, 15 to 9 I like. But he could potentially protect it with a city, which would add 2. He might be able to make 2 cities, which would have 4. I'm going to build a boat. I'm going to protect over here. Even as protection. Alright, that's all I got. Now see what he terrorizes me with. He can build 1 city or 1 weapon. Need a bigger boat. Gold only? No. Putting it there. Alright, that makes sense. But now he's just added 3 to the combat total. And here comes another weapon. Alright. I need Jaws to help me out. Okay, shocking heresies prevent production. Right, I am going to move my stockpile, I believe. Yeah, it's easy to think, oh, this looks super well defended, but 1 boat could just sneak in there and grab it. I could just stuff it in the corner, but they could actually do like a 1-2 punch in a turn and grab it. Something like this, although it is attackable, might be better. What about like here? Maybe I'll put it there. That's also susceptible to a 1-2 punch, but I don't think he's going to do that. All right, let's move stockpile. I'll put it here. Let's see what he does. Isn't it funny how maybe it's only me, I'm sure other people do this too. We're talking about a computer AI opponent, and we call it a he. Is the Commodore 64 a man or a woman? or both. Or I should say it's probably, right? It's making a shipment. Oh, he's pulling that boat out, isn't he? Okay. Yeah, I think he realized I'm going to conquer that territory and he just wants to not give up the boat to me, which makes sense. All right, 15 to 10. Let's do it. Should I bring in a boat? Actually, while I was thinking about it, does this defend? Yeah, it does defend. So, yeah, so it's force count 6 here. The boat is adding 2. The weapon is adding 3. All right, so it is kind of good to have that boat there. Although I was tempted to just bring it into the attack right now. All right, let's do it. 15 to 10. Success. All right. Yeah, I haven't thought this far ahead. This is going to be a tough one here. But I could, in this case, I could bring in, say, that horse and weapon from one of the horses and weapons from 2 territories away. I have like 3 different options for that. However, that would only add 4. It would be 9 to 17, which is still pretty much a Hail Mary. Tempted to just go for it at 5 to 17 with no risk of losing anything. Or maybe it'd be better to go for one of these. Maybe to just try to win this place back and claw my way up there again. I don't know. If I can pull this off, it would pay off quite a bit. I'll just go for it. Okay. It might be time to just try to outpace him in building cities. I think I might be able to do that. You might be able to grab my gold with the boat and the weapon. Oh, look at that. Shit. That boat has to sail all the way around Africa. They're going to be very tired, and I will therefore fend off their attack successfully. That's what I'm going with. Ah, bad. No, I can't let him make inroads there. I was hoping to make this city like right here, perhaps, or here. Actually, I think this is the one I was thinking. I hope he doesn't make too much of an inroad here. I've got to stomp that out as fast as possible, I feel like. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the turn. The CPU had to sail around Cape Horn. Exactly, Tone Deaf. We're only on year 4. I feel like last game it was like, okay, year 3 we don't produce, year 4 we don't produce, year 5 we don't produce, and we were like up to year 6 in no time. Yeah, we had no production last turn, so we actually that's actually quite bad for me. Okay, well hopefully I can ship some stuff over at least to defend weapon and horse. Okay, now we have production. Man, he got a coal and an iron out of me. That sucks. And he's looking pretty scraggly. Is that where it is? Yeah, he just attacked India, I guess, huh? It's like a couple of spaghetti noodles. Moose and squirrel. Weapon and horse, moose and squirrel. Yeah, I gotta. Oh, come on! Widespread insanity prevents shipment. I wanted to bring a horse and a weapon over, but I can't. It just won't. Ah, all right. Well, let's see how much I can hold off here. I think he's gonna get that timber at least, and then one of those empty territories. But I may get lucky. Now I kind of want to get the board game of this. There was actually it was actually re-released maybe I would say over 10 years ago, between 10 and 15 years ago. The board game Borderlands was re-released as a sort of steampunk themed game. I don't know why they themed it steampunk, but it was kind of a trendy thing back then, like steampunk. It might have been more like 2008 or so, but so it's basically this game with a steampunk theme for some reason. Alright, you got that too. Ugh. Scraggly India. Alright, what's he gonna get? That northeast corner or go... Oh, he's going for that place now. Okay. Man, it's like the tide is changing very quickly here. Let's see. Definitely got to get that territory back in the northeast. The India area. You know, I was hoping I could bring horse and weapon over. That would have made a difference of 4 points. But the last shipment was canceled for the year. Yeah, those random events make it difficult to plan. So now I can just attack without any shipments. All I got left is diamond mines. Yeah, I have South Africa. That's all I got. All right, let's see what we got here. That's 2 to 7. I mean, I can bring in reinforcements, but weapons are too far away, unfortunately. I can bring in a horse without a weapon. It's the best I can do, pretty much. All right, so I want to kill a horse though for a most likely attack repulsed. Probably not. I could bring in a ship to ship and weapon from the gold area. What if I attacked here with ship and weapon? That'd be adding what, 5, so it'd be 6 to 9. I could do the same for here. It would be 6 to 7. It's better, but it's still pretty risky on my bow and weapon. I'll go with the fate favors the bold, or maybe this is why I always lose. Fate favors the people who don't have to make bold decisions in the first place. I'm doing it. I can't look. Here, look. Did I win? Did I lose? I lost. All right, after this I'm doing North America. It's just a blob of, I feel like I do better with just a big blob of territories. I was kind of aiming for that with this, but yeah, I don't know. Weapon or city or what? I don't want them taking a city. I guess weapon. I could do 2 weapons. I can do not city and weapon, right? Yeah, city costs 1 of everything. All right. We're making weapons. Weapon. I had a Spanish teacher in like 6th grade who told this story about I think she was at a Chinese airport and being asked if she had a weapon. And she reached into her purse and took out a red pen. And they were saying, no, weapon. I think it was BS. Why would they just ask if she had a weapon? I don't think they work like that. Anyway. You have something. It was something like they first asked, "You have weapon?" And you're like, "Oh, yeah, in my purse." And maybe perhaps borderline a racist joke. All right. I think I don't want to reinforce here, but I'll put a weapon here. My concern is he's gonna grab my westmost gold, but I really have to defend this Indianish area. And here comes his cities now. All right. That's right. I got to keep it to a local continent. That's my only chance of survival. And he's fortifying up there with weapons. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here's the rule: we don't sleep until I don't sleep until I win a game tonight. Could be up pretty late. Okay, give me horsies. Yeah, that's a good place for one. He doesn't really want South Africa. I guess it's not really much of a benefit for him getting that. It's not much of a threat. I kind of do wish I was better at this game. I would love to beat the pants off this AI on the easiest difficulty. Most fun to just play with some friends, though. I got to get Rob Bob to join me at least for this game. He's my only friend. No, there are ways to play, emulated consoles with over the internet. So I could probably round up people to play this over the internet. I don't know if I could play it on the Ultimate here, but that would be okay. All right, I could probably take that back, bring in some reinforcement, then maybe get the area with the boat, weapon, horse. But I guess we'll see. I don't want to move the stockpile, but I probably want to ship something in. Do I want to? I don't know actually. Every place up north has a horse already. It's a matter of do I want to like just drop a weapon over by one or something like that. I guess I'll do. You can only move a weapon one space by itself. You can't have more than one horse in a space. So if I said, like for example, I wanted to bring a weapon and horse from this territory to say here, it would kill one of the horses because that's just how it works. So I could do this. So just bring the weapon one space over. If it fits, it ships. Make shipment. Boat. Interesting. But are you just trying to flee the area? Or are you trying to reinforce with a double iron? Oh. What's the point of that? He just wants the iron more? To defend the iron more? Okay, that's fine. Well, here comes my conquest number 1. What is the math here, just to see it? Okay, it's bad. 5 to 13. That's actually not good at the moment either. 6 to 10. Let me see something. Ordering territory. Da 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 da. Produces trees. I guess. I thought it might add up all the forces for me, but that's not how it works. All right. Five to 10. 6 to 10. Bringing forces. Horse. Do I want to go from here or the stockpile? I don't know. Guess here. Pick up a weapon. Here. The conscripted soldiers in Johannesburg, Tone Deaf. Oh, they don't want to fight. It's only 10 to 10. Of course I'm going to lose it. I'm just being fatalistic. God damn it. Alright, I think they probably lost me the game there. I feel like too hard to come back from at this point. He's got 2 attacks. He's got to really start outpacing me in terms of resource production. But I'll stick it out to the end. Yeah, let's get those South African guys to do something. I can bring a boat over there and ship them around. Of course, he's going to get the 50-50 here, right? 11 to 11. I'm being so negative. Okay, I fought him off. And I destroyed a ship. Alright. I can't blame the random number generator. I can't wholly blame it. Can't be like fate screwed me every single time it could. Only sometimes it did. Well, he can make 2 cities now. He might make some in that India area. Yep, he's doing it. Dang it. Well, maybe I'll take it over. Oh, he's building a weapon there too, so maybe not. When he brought in that boat, he actually lost a weapon as well, I'm realizing. For the attack that just got repulsed. Alright, I could go for it. What if I build a weapon in that little top right? Oh, he gets to attack first this turn, so I don't know if I want to do that. It's a little risky, but I might just put a city here. It'll defend this territory, and if I can get those other territories back, the Indian-ish area stuff, then I would have that would be great. I could steal another city. I don't know. That may even making sense anymore. Well, I'm getting at, if I do get those territories back, the doubling effect would help them as well. But maybe I should be a little more conservative and put it like here, so I don't risk losing a city immediately. I think I'll do that, and the defense will still propagate to the east there. The empty. This is what I need to draw on the screen because I can't find the word. So this place. Where did my drawing app go? It's hiding. Oh man, nothing's going right today. To this place I'm talking about. There we go. We built this city. All right. The fickle finger of fate. Yeah, so Commodore 64 Ultimate's been my hotter streams lately. Like, it's been super active. Except this one. Maybe the bad lighting doesn't help here. There we go. That's a little better. Or maybe Lords of Conquest is not interesting to people. Who knows? But I'm having fun chatting with you, Tone Deaf and Eric. And that's what matters. And I'm having fun playing the game, of course. No more room for horse breeding. No. I'm surprised he's let me hold on to that gold on the West Coast as long as he has. He might change his mind shortly. Anything worth shipping? Can I do like another weapon shipment? I mean, I could with a horse. I would lose one horse in the process. I wonder if it's worth it. Like just to fortify this area. All right, this area. I could bring in a horse with a weapon and put it here. Sorry, this drawing thing got really small. I don't know what the heck's wrong with it. Give me a second. Drawing plugin I'm using in OBS. This is new to me. I usually use a different technique. Anyway, the idea I have is I could probably go horse and weapon 1, 2. I would lose a horse because you can't have 2 in one space. But this weapon would add 3 to the defense here to really make sure I hold the line. However, not having anything here might open up a new line of attack. So let's see if I did ship out the horse. Oh, you know what? Look at the numbers though. If I did lose the horse and weapon, it would be down by 4, so it would still be 2 to 13, which is great. How is that even possible? I didn't mean to do that. 1, 2. You know what? I'll trust its math. What am I going to do? All right. So I'll lose 1 horse, but I'll get a weapon over there. It's like the horse will die of exhaustion after sprinting to the front line. Hold the line. Yeah, we're going to just quote every Toto song ever written tonight. Oh, I guess only two songs by Toto, at least. Maybe that's not everyone. Right, let's make the shipment. I will sacrifice a horse. Bring the weapon over. Horse will be lost, confirm. It's like, you madman, what are you doing? How dare you sacrifice a horse? I think he's really going to just go for my gold. He's going to say, what am I doing fooling around here? I'm going for the gold. Okay. Okay, I mean, that's... Okay, fine. I can't blame him for doing that one. Still got crap going on the screen. Alrighty, she's taking out South Africa finally. There goes South Africa. Honestly, it's good in a way. I feel like you feel deterred from attacking westward. But yeah, I think I do need to prioritize protecting that gold soon. But what do I have here? 5 versus 12. 5 versus 11. It all sucks. Am I willing to sacrifice horse and weapon? I feel like I gotta go for this. I'll go for the coal first. What are my chances here? 1 to 14. Who needs a dark continent anyway? Exactly, yeah. Well, yeah, it's going to cost me, but I got to take these risks. Again, fate's going to favor the bull in theory, but I'll probably just lose again. Yeah! The bold win! Alright, that's what I needed. Some good luck. Cool. Now, this one, I can bring in this horse and weapon. I'm actually at 10 to 8. And I do have to remember that, as tempting as it is, I might still do this, but as tempting as it is to bring in these guys into the attack, again, I still might do, but then this will make this place weaker, this territory weaker for his boat to come in again and start this whole garbage over again, pretty much. I guess it's time to do a little bit of math. If he did boat, weapon, horse, that's a total of 6. And without the weapon and horse here, this would have a defense of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I still have the weapon and horse, 10. That's pretty good, actually. I would have 10, basically. All right, I think I'm going to bring in the weapon and horse. Just to make this a sure thing. I'm still not sure, but a surer thing. And claiming the city would be huge. There we go, 14 to 8. Yeah, success. All right, that was the best attack I've done all night, I think. Best conquest phase, most satisfying one. He can't make a million cities now, I hope. Let's see how many he can make. His stockpiles. Jeez. He can make 3 cities. But that would not earn him the victory. I could make 2. If I make 2, I can't make a weapon. Which may be fine, but I would really like to protect the gold. I feel like if I add a city there, it's just going to be more enticing to him, but I don't know. Let's do, I think I'll do weapons. It seems like he's not interested in it, but I can't just rely on him consistently ignoring it. 7 cities of gold, yeah. All right, I'm gonna do it. Getting some extra gold is nice. And we can put a weapon there. Actually, can I go back to... I can't go back to see what I had. Oh, well. Make another weapon. That would be an all gold weapon. Yeah, let's do it. I feel better having that coast super enforced. R.I.P. Danny Bunton of the Ozarks. Yeah. Kind of a little scared of what he can build here still. I'm just glad he can't build 4 cities. He could build 3 though. Ugh. Did I pick 6 or 5 cities to win? I think I made it 6 this time, or at least I meant to. I wish I could check. I could rewind my stream preview. Let me check that. Before we started Africa, yeah, I'm narrowing in on the location here. Okay, here I am configuring it in my rewind. Need another boat. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Right, replenishing that lost horse who gave his life for the cause, for the Purple Empire. All right. God, if I'm doing a little better in iron, I could really crank out a lot of stuff. That's my weakness. Anyway, I almost found what I need to win here. Rewinding stream. All right, I did 6 cities to win. Cool. All right, move stockpile, make shipment. Jeez. I feel like I might as well make a minor little... That wouldn't really help. I was thinking making a minor adjustment by a weapon move, but I don't think it really matters. Here's the thing. I feel like next turn... I think next turn we... Well, I have to see our resource. I'm trying to think how many cities we can each build next turn. It looks like he can build 2 and I can build 2. Okay. Oh, that means he can win next turn, doesn't it? How am I always in this position? Okay. I should clarify. He can win next turn and I can't. So if I went all out on city building, I'd have 5. And if he does the same, he'll have 6. All right. Well, it's conquest time. And I'll still have another development in conquest before he wins. I have to remember that. So I don't have to necessarily go totally out for broke here. Many bots and spies die. Yeah, or maybe it was just the horse. So on the one hand, it would be good to solidify this area. You know, clear them out. I would get my iron production up, which is kind of my weak point. But geez, I gotta start digging into Africa somehow. Honestly, I think I need a boat to even make any headway there. I mean, I could attack this with bringing a boat. Well, right now I can bring in a weapon and a horse, and it would be pretty much a Hail Mary again. But I think that'll be my second move. First, I'll just take back the iron here. That should be easy peasy. The top left territory, I'll just leave alone. It doesn't really make a difference. Top, did I say top left, top right? I know my directions. All right, that's good. So now, do I do it? Yeah, I guess I mean, I could always just do the 2 versus 15 or what have you. That's obviously terrible odds. And now I realize I should have shipped a weapon to here. Then it would be at least 5 to 15. But oh well, I somehow missed that. Well, do I want a Hail Mary or a slightly better Hail Mary with a weapon? But I lose a weapon and a horse. I risk a weapon. Was it gonna be 6 to 17? Shit. Can he make headway into my area if I lose that weapon and a horse? That's kind of an important thing to consider. Let me replan. So what I want to see is the force count for this place if he subtracts the 4. Right, so say I lose that weapon and a horse, they're gone. Now it's 10. And if he attacked that territory, he would have 2 from this place, plus he could bring in boat, weapon, horse. And make it 8. And maybe he builds a weapon here and make it 11. Yeah, suddenly he's got the edge on me there. I don't know. Tony said that I predicted earlier you essentially took Asia. Yeah, that's true. So what did I say? I'd have 10 basically. I mean, he still has an attack this turn, so all right. So he couldn't build a weapon. I think I should do it. I could have the opportunity to get more horses and weapons, basically. But the worst thing would be basically I would have 10 now, and I'm doing attacks first. So he's coming up next. He could potentially attack that territory and make it something like 8 versus 10. That's what he could bring it to. And then he could win that. All right, I'm going to go for broke anyway. Sorry, horse and weapon. You have the stupidest general ever commanding you. Here goes. All right. It plays is that the French national anthem when your attack is repulsed? Let's see what he does. Okay, he's going for the gold. Bow weapon and horse makes it a tie 50-50 thing. All right. Too bad you cannot send over the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ninja soldiers. Yeah, I'm fresh out of them. They all perished in the last battle. Oh, come on. Got 5 cities now. Dang, damn it. Oh, he's not even gonna risk an attack. Okay. What the heck can I do now? Jeez. Should have defended that gold a little better. All right, here come the cities. Like I expected. Next game I'm gonna win. You know what? The funny thing is I did this game on a stream 3 years ago. I remember winning. At least once. Wow. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have to take out 2 of them this turn. That's just to stay afloat. If I built 2 and took out 2, I would win. But I think I need a boat to even have a chance here. I could build 2 cities in a boat, actually. But only 1 boat. Well, it's not looking good, I'll say that. In case it wasn't clear. But let's say I brought boat, weapon, and horse right here. 9 to 6. Not great. It could happen. But then I have to take over something else, too. All right, so if I make a boat, it'll cost... I could do the 3 timber one. Still make 2 cities. All right. Where do I want to bring... Where do I want to put the boat? Somewhere with a horse and weapon, obviously. Although I guess I can always go for the gold place again too, I guess. So what's their total here? 9. Sounds like I have to win 2 6 versus 9 attacks. That's the way I do it. That's the best chance, I believe. So that would be 6 versus 9. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not making a boat there. Like he's got that boat defending him for 2. I could have done the same. Anyway, this would be... Yeah, so if I attack here and the gold, that would be 2 6 versus 9 attack. If I can pull that off, I'll win the game, assuming he doesn't conquer any cities of mine first. And I have to make those cities, actually. The 2 cities. All right, so that's my Hail Mary. I need 2, 6 versus 9 wins. And I need to hold my cities at all costs. But it doesn't really matter if I lose anything else at this point. So I'm just going to cluster up the cities so they all ultra protect each other. Ultra kill. I think that's the way to do it. Can I still make a weapon after the city? Looks like no. What's the best place? Here. I don't think it matters a heck of a lot. All right. So I'm going to need 2, 6 versus 9 wins. Man. How do I get myself into these jams? What about the northwest of horse over population? No one will be born this year. That sucks. I didn't check the northwest areas odds, but I think it's going to be worse than 9. Actually, if he attacks first, there's a chance he might decide to move that boat and or the weapon horse from the gold area. I doubt he will, though. Just to launch his evil mastermind attack. Well, let's see what he does. Oh, we're at shipment still. That's right. Da-da-da-da. All right. Time to play Wordle. Oh, you play Wordle? That's fun. I usually play every day, but sometimes I forget. I don't think I played today. Oh, look, he's trying to reinforce that area, but that's interesting. He made an error. Like, he couldn't move there. It's like, why would he try to move there then? He was trying to put the weapon on that city that I've been talking about attacking. It's like he knows I'm going to attack it, but it's too far away. I just kind of find it funny he would try to make the illegal move. All right, is there anything I can ship? Again, all I need to do is defend the cities and go for those 2, 6 versus 9 attacks. So I'm not sure it matters. Maybe move a horse. Maybe move a weapon up. Yeah. Did you? You created the same game as Wordle before Wordle debuted? A guy I used to work with created a word game like last summer or so. I wish I remember the name of it. Unfortunately, it's not very like intuitive. It's not a bad game, but it's like hard to remember the rules of it and everything. He's not even attacking. Okay. All right, this is it. Yeah, I'm not attacking that place. All right, so again, it's these 2 9s I gotta pray for. Gotta get 2 of them. There we go. We're attacking this city. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 7, right? And I have 4. Yeah, so if I pull this off, it'll end with me having 6 and he has 5. I don't think I'm even gonna win the first one. But hey, maybe Lady Luck will surprise me. Here they come. 6 versus 9. Here we go. That's it. Ah. All right. I lose again. Jeez. Well, I should rename this the video on demand for this stream that it puts on YouTube later. I'll just rename it to How Not to Play Lords of Conquest, How to Break Your Lamp, how to how to spend 30 minutes loading the game at the beginning. As far as the poll, by the way, I'm looking at the poll again. It looks like we have 4 votes for yes to open my sealed copy of Lords of Conquest and 3 for no. Excuse me. What's Jotto 2020? That's the game you made? Jotto 20? Let me look this up. Word puzzle game. Oh, it's a variant of the classic game Jotto. Oh, I never heard of Jotto. That must... Maybe that's what Wordle was inspired by. Huh. Interesting. All right. How not to play in full effect here. Cities to win. High chance. I just like high chance generally. I like to be able to make those Hail Marys, even though they usually lose anyway. I'm going to go with North America 1. North America 1. I feel like I should get the classic Borderlands board game just because I have a board game collection and I like to get... Well, first of all, I like to play games, but I also like to just collect games that are special to me. And this game's kind of special to me, so I might as well get the board game version. But I think I would rather have the classic rather than the steampunkified version. No Heisman trophies to be awarded today. Nothing. Only loser trophies. I mean, I guess sometimes I look at the resources and I think, well, they're really fair and balanced. Whatever, let's just go with it. All right, here we are in North America. Well, it looks like this is kind of the hot spot. This little like southeast, including like central area here. I was gonna say Central America, but that's not the right way to say it. This is when I get tired after midnight and I'm like spewing nonsense. All right, all right. Try to snatch up gold. What if I played a little different? It is good to definitely go for at least some horses. Maybe I'll go for more gold first. Oh, you got that gold. All right, so much for that. I'll go for the California gold rush over here too. Now let's reinforce. Let's get like a strong, solid area here. All right, doing the same. I'll go here. Oh man. Okay. Got to be like that. All right. It would help if I get some timber though. Do I have coal? I don't have coal. Thought he might do that. Let's get the California gold rush. Oh man, I wanted that horsey. Okay. At least I should be able to conquer that. Do you want the coal or the timber? I have one of each already. Is anything fair and balanced anymore these days? Good question. I'll go for the coal. Oh, you didn't get the timber. Okay. Get both. Yeah, I like that territory you just grabbed, the New Yorkish area. All right, and I got to cheat and get the rest of the 4 bonus ones. Okay. Not a bad start. I want to knock out his horse early, the Florida horse. The Florida horse pastures. The New York area would be good to get to. Stockpile. Where do I want to put this stockpile even? Put it in like the Washington, Oregon area. Okay. Shipment. No need to ship a horse remove stockpile. Da 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 dun. A dark horse. He's shipping a horse. Look at that. Yeah, I can see why he might want to bring that horse in to defend his stockpile. It kind of defends most of his territory just being right there. All right, I would love to grab this guy. That's 3-2. 3-2 as well. What's this one? 2-3. Stockpile 3-5. If I had no good moves, I would love to just try this. Grab the stockpile turn 1, but it's probably smarter for me to be a little more careful. That's 5-4. That's good. Okay, I'm going to start with 3-2 here. What was this one again? All right, start with 3-2 here. Hopefully I get that horse in the pasture. All right. And then I could actually attack the timber and bring in that Florida horse. That's probably a good idea. I don't like that my northeast coal is sort of vulnerable, though. So I have to consider that. So if I get this, then my coal would not be so vulnerable. But on the other hand, I could get timber fairly easily here. What do I have? 2 timber and 2 coal. So it's not like I need one or the other more than, you know, so much. I just don't like the idea of him taking my coal. And strategically, I feel like that's a good place for him to get. So I'm going to take out the New Yorkish area, I think. Yeah. I'll bring in a horse too. Do I really want to do that? Yeah, I'll bring in a horse. Okay, 4-2. All right. I think the extra 4 territory in a large contiguous mass really helps. If I win this and it's not super late, maybe I'll try a slightly higher difficulty, the same map. Okay, what's he going for? Okay, 3-3. That's all he can do. He can't bring in a horse. He could, but it wouldn't help. Yeah, attack and repulse. That's a great start. Cool beans. Yeah, I could get started with cities already. Could make 2 right now. Gotta make sure he can't claim them. This might be a little risky of a location, but let me think about this. If I do this here, I would have. I mean, I have 2 horses that are going to get produced in a moment, so they can help defend. But yeah, I'm just going to go for it. That's pretty nice to see already. No production. Every time I'm like relying on something. All right. I mean, it's still not a bad position, but I was hoping to get 2 horses that could be defending that new city. Oh well. Oh, he surrendered. Okay. Let's just conclude this sad affair. Well played. All right, I can say I won quite quickly too. All right, so maybe I'll replay this map and bump the difficulty a bit. But I should go to bed shortly. Let's see, where's the manual? Here we go. So I could play, trying to look at the difficulty levels. Alright. I could play level 3, which is he gets the first pick. It'd be like the same as this, but he gets the first pick and I only get 2 bonus territories instead of 4. Honestly, on this level, I feel like 4 is a massive advantage. Yeah, the CPU conceded, imagine that. Yeah, the CPU does do that. As soon as it seems like it's bad for him, it doesn't stick it out till the end. Like pretty much ever. I'm gonna go with 3. Back to North America, giving the computer a little bit of a, I was gonna say a little bit of an advantage, but really I still have the advantage, but it's a less of an advantage. I'll put it that way. So it'll pick the first territory, and I get 2 bonus instead of 4. Still feels like I'm cheating, kind of. All right, here we go. We're proceeding. One day I'll get good at beating it in a fair fight, maybe. One day. I'm not sure what I want to go for here. Okay, he's got coal. I got coal. Oh man, I wanted that horse. Okay, Florida horsey. Iron helps us play. Ah, I wanted that one too. Oh well. Dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. Sorry, I'm just getting really silly there. Let's beef up these areas a bit. All right, I get the remaining 2 as well. Okay. I feel a little better if I had more of a solid mass, but this is a pretty good start. I have all the gold. I cannot complain about having all the gold. Where's a good stockpile location? I don't even know where's a good stockpile. Maybe here, Mexico. I put my stockpile in Mexico. But with the horsies, once this, right now there's only 1 horse, but if I put it here, it'll have a defense of 1, 2, 3, 4. Here has 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. This only has 3, but it's less accessible. And yet he could kind of rush in a horse here and make it a pretty even match. I think I have no great options, really. I'll go with Texas. Yeah, Simpsons references are good, I think. It's a 1-horse territory town, yeah. Territory or town. He has no gold. I love to see that, but I don't know how long I'm gonna hold onto that position. He can probably get that northwest one pretty easily, I feel like. Excuse me, let's go with I'll be gray. No, I'll be a lighter gray. Even lighter gray. And he will be nah. Yeah, we'll go with that. Paint the water. Dark gray sea. We are surrounded by diarrhea ocean now. All right. Okay, do I want to move stockpile? No. Might want to make shipment, yeah. Let's move a horse a little bit more centrally to protect the stockpile. Oops. But I just hold on. I have to do stop here. There we go. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. Okay, I'm attacking first. 4 versus 3. 4 versus 2. 2 versus 3. 2 versus 3. 4, 4. I think I might want to go for the timber here. 4 versus 2. And maybe go for the 4 versus 3 horsey here too. I feel like I want to get this to... It's obviously great to get a resource, but just to protect my gold a little bit more too. My northwest gold. 4 versus 2 is pretty good odds anyway. Oh, are you kidding me? Well then. All right, that's my turn. Ooh. Four versus 4. Okay. At least we both are very repulsive to each other. Both attacks repulsive. We're very repulsive. All right. I won't whine too much then. Okay, you could make like 2 weapons. You might just do that. I'm gonna go on a bombing raid on that Baja California area. It's got too much there. God, I don't like this. All right, I'm gonna have to defend myself too. And he's making a boat too. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anchors away. Okay, I can make weapons too. I can make 2 weapons. I can make a city and a weapon. Put a weapon on my... Shoot, what do I want to do here? Gold only, is that a yes or no? Let me rewind to see what I had. Rewind my stream. Okay, I have... Wish it would just show me. I have 1, 1, 1, 3. All right, so what I want to do is make the weapon with gold only, and then I have 1s across the board. And then I can make a city as well. That's the idea. Got too many fronts to defend, I feel like. I could build right here. I kind of like the idea of getting... turning these 2 gold into 4 and the coal into 2 as well. And defending this area too. Don't want to lose the stockpile. I mean, I guess if I spend everything, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to defend up. I'm going to put it up here. We'll see if I can survive in the Texas area for this turn. But again, if I lose the stockpile right now, I lose nothing. So that's not really the thing to be concerned about. Actually, I don't. I produce right now, so I could lose something. Okay. I always forget it's like development, production, etc. attacks. So so you don't get to spend everything and then get attacked, thereby emptying your stockpile. There's usually a stockpile risk. Somehow I forget that a lot. Anyways. I'm getting a good amount of gold at least. No shipment. All right. So now it's Conquest, huh? Do, 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 do. Yeah, I gotta hit the hay after this game. It is 12:25 here in New York. Already past my bedtime. Think, 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 think. Think faster. And now I can press the button, but I feel like I'm cheating it. I believe it said that in the manual. And the funny thing is, you know, back in the day when I didn't have the manual because I had a copy that fell off a truck, I you know, you like you experiment random things like pressing the button, and you're like, oh, I'm sure that made it think faster. But then you wonder if you're just making that up, you know, because kids would like come up with all these theories about games, like, oh, if you do this, you go faster, or in the game of Mule, if you do something, then you make more money. But I think I actually read in the manual a couple of years ago that pressing the button makes it does make it think faster. I'm trying to find that right now in the manual while it spends all day long thinking. But I might just press that button anyway because I simply don't have all night. You know, I actually had a different manual up. I don't know if it matters, but this is the manual for which platform is this? Apple II. All right, I got a different manual now. Okay, let's see. I like this manual better. All right, I'm just pressing the button. Fighting attack. Here it goes. 6 versus 6. It can bring in horse and weapon. Uh-oh. Don't take my Oklahoma-ish area. Uh-oh. I guess that's more New Mexico, right? Yeah. There goes my... I think if I just lose my stockpile, it might just be time to say goodnight. I don't know. Is it caught in a race condition? Asked Tone Deaf earlier. It might have been, yeah. Ah. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to come back from that. All right. Maybe I can get his stockpile. 2 to 3. Let's go. Screw it. I'm doing it. Yeah. Take that. Got all my stuff back and his stuff. That's great. I just YOLO'd it. Alright, I can still do another attack here. Something more sensible. One good turn deserves another, says Tone Deaf. Yeah, thank you. I would like Texas back, but oof. I might have to give it up, unfortunately. 5 versus 5 here, and I'd get a ship if I'm successful. But the coal and these timber are better odds. And I'll get to attack first next turn, so maybe I'll just go for one of the better odds places. And, you know, I'll be, like, so far ahead in resources, I'll be, like, cranking out cities, weapons. So let's go for this guy. That was amazing. He looted my stockpile. I looted his stockpile. Kind of just hilarious more than anything. All right, year 3. Yeah, you got nothing, fool. You can't develop anything. And I can develop all the things, as the kids say. As the kids these days like to say. Weapon, weapon, weapon. Weapon, weapon, weapon. I could build 4 weapons. 3 with iron and coal, 1 each. And I could buy actually 3 with iron and coal, and then 2 with just gold. Yeah, let's get weapon crazy. And then I'm hoping I can steamroll him from there. I'll get to attack first. Maybe I'll get 1 city here. I'm enjoying just weaponing. Weapon, 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 weapon. What I might go for is this horsey place and Texas. I'm not quite sure I can pull off Texas. Maybe it's not a good idea to... Maybe I should just sacrifice this Mexican area. I don't know, though. I don't want to. I'm going to go for it. It might be crazy. I could put a boat there, too, to beef it up. This is crazy. Which body of water? Just this little lake here. It's not even a lake. It's just it's cut off, so we can't go there. All right. That's my development, and that's his development. No production. Oh, he's got nothing, so I won't have nothing to at this point. But he's only got he can only work with what he's got, so it kind of makes it harder for him to catch up, which is of course awesome for me. Oh, I have to. Do I have to place the stockpile somewhere? I guess. Yeah, where is my stockpile? Am I forced to place it now? I guess at a certain point it'll say you must place your stockpile, but I'll try to avoid it if I can. Think, think, think. Think, think, think. So have you played this game before, Tone Deaf? You're a big C64 guy, right? So I feel like you must have at least heard of this game. Yeah, I don't get time for it to think all day, so I'm pressing the button. Oh, you owned it back in the day? That's cool. I've heard the Atari version isn't as good, and that's what I have here. I think it just doesn't have the level editor or something like that. I do like that the game will generate maps for you, though. Excuse me. Purchased your copy from Toys R Us. That's cool. Toys R Us was a great place to go when we were kids. Now it was still around when my son was a little kid, so he liked going there too, but then it was no more. I think they opened, did they like reopen a few stores after their rumored demise? I don't know. It was also great to go to any place you could buy games at the time, like Electronics Boutique. They would have those in the back of the B. Dalton bookstore in the mall. So you would go into the bookstore, past it, and then you would have like the shelves of Commodore 64 games and whatnot. That was a beautiful thing. So many games like my brother would just buy. I was like very young at the time, but my older brother would kind of buy some of the games he would buy pretty blind, like just, oh, the box looks cool, let's buy this. All right, he moved his horse and weapon to that central area, or just the weapon, I'm not sure which. But now it's time to attack. All right, I'm stronger than them there. That's good. I think I want this place first, though. 13-5, baby. I think the cities do figure into the offense. Good to know. Yeah, we did judge game by the covers. And, you know, you got the nice little blurbs and screenshots on the back. That could really sell a game for you. You can see what it looks like. I captured his boat. Hooray. All right, I think I got this game in the bag now, actually. Just that 2 to 3 stockpile win was a game changer. I mean, it's not necessarily 100% guaranteed here, but I think I got quite good odds. Now, when is the game going to make me place a stockpile again? Can I just not place one? 11-8. That would be great to take that out. This place I can't get yet. Yeah, I'm going to get my Texas back. I'm bringing Texas back. Oh, you are a fan of Stuart Smith's Adventure Construction set. I did, I think 3 streams on that exact game. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to play, and it's actually one of my most viewed videos the first time I revisited that game. A lot of people like watching the video on demand of that, and yeah, it's really fun to explore. It's so slow paced, I find, these days, but it's still really cool. Very charming program for sure. 11-8 here. Oh, I should have brought my boat in. Oh well. Yeah, oh no, I lost. Oh. Well, what are you gonna do? All right. But yeah, I was a huge fan of that. I used to just love anything where I could make stuff, and Adventure Construction Set at the time for me let me make stuff in a deeper way than any other program I'd ever seen. Like, you know, sure, there was level editors in games like, you know, like the one this has, but nothing let me build as much from like the ground up as Adventure Construction Set did. So I put so many hours into that. And you know, now I look at it and it's a painful interface to use these days, unfortunately. You know, I'm not the kind of person who anytime they use any kind of old game or software that they go, oh, this is so old and crappy, I can't stand old stuff. I'm like the opposite, but I did have a lot of trouble imagining how one could seriously work with Adventure Construction Set these days to build a game. It's just like so slow and clunky, and you know, I'm so used to point and click mouse interfaces these days, but you got to use the joystick in ACS, and you got to like navigate all these menus. You press the button, wait for the floppy disk to access, go to another menu. It says flip the disc. And then, like, oh, it's just so painful. But definitely for its time, it was super, super awesome. And, you know, I still have fun playing the games with it. And I was going for that. One thing I want to do one day is get my, if I can get my floppy drives, or I have to have a 1541 and a 1571. If I can get one of those working, I actually have some old ACS adventures I had made. I would love to try to get those working and see if they're even playable today. Or just kind of reminisce about, oh, he took my coal there, that bastard. Now I'm starting to regret saying I've pretty much definitely won. Because you could easily make another attack here, yeah. Oh, right in the city. Shit. Okay, well he's coming back. He's giving me a challenge here. All right. Yeah, joystick interfaces were the state of the art. Honestly, I think I would have rather had like a menu-based thing where you just press the first, like you press a certain key for each option. Like, you know, say it's O for options and S for the sprite editor. I'd rather just go rather than having to go boom, boom, boom button sort of thing. But anyway, there's no point in criticizing a 40-year-old user interface, 40-plus-year-old user interface. Oh, Gary Kitchen's Game Maker, cool. Yeah, I always wanted that because, again, I was always into this idea of building games, but I never got my hands on that one. I did, however, meet Gary Kitchen last summer, as well as Dan Kitchen, David Crane, and John Van Rice. They were at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. They were doing a talk, and David Crane signed my Pitfall, which I have stuck to the wall over there. It was a lot of fun. All right, so now I have to locate he has to locate his stockpile, then I locate mine after that. So yeah, he captured my city. Suddenly it doesn't look like an auto win anymore. And I did screw up when attacking Texas. I was being careless and didn't bring a ship in. That was pretty dumb. But yeah, I always heard of Gary Kitchen's Game Maker, and I was always kind of thinking, oh, that'd be great to have one day and try it out. Where the heck do I want to put this? I guess it makes sense to put it here, at least for now. Maybe I'll do Florida? I don't know. This is a tough call, actually. Guess I'll go with Florida. Yeah, Gary does get asked about the 2600 Donkey Kong game. That was the port he made that was not considered very good, I guess, right? All right, so what's my plan for this turn for Conquest? I would love to actually get Texas this time. I could get that New York City area. Yeah, the city in New York. But if this winds up being like a grind, I might just have to call it a night. I don't know. We'll see. I guess if he totally owns me this turn, I might just have to give up. I hate to do that. But it's pretty late. Yeah, I'll try to save New York. I can bring in... How are there two horses in my territory? Am I seeing things here? My territory with the boat, like just north of Florida, has 2 horses. It's not supposed to happen. Okay, interesting. Anyway, what I'm trying to think was, do I have a way to get a boat, weapon, and horse up there? I can't do all of that, unfortunately. So it might be tough to get New York back. But I can do boat and weapon, but I'll have to like sacrifice Mexico pretty much. Or I could move them. I could do attack Texas, bring the weapon and boat to be sure I get it. And when I do get it, if I get it, I could bring boat, weapon, and horse from Texas to New York. Although then I won't have those things defending in the south. Maybe worth it regardless. The horses are mating in Georgia. Yeah, I don't know. For all I know, that might have crashed the game right now because I don't think that's supposed to happen. And the computer thinking is supposed to make beeps. I don't think I'm hearing its beeps. It's supposed to be like boop, boop. I'll give it a few minutes. Okay, it's still going. All right. Make shipment. Okay. Horse. It's going to bring horse with a weapon from there to the south, probably. Yeah. Or up there. Okay. Oh. All right. I guess I could move a weapon to the ship, actually. Maybe it'll let me have 2 horses. That would be interesting. It could just be sort of a visual bug. All right, he's conquesting first, unfortunately. He might get that northeast gold. He probably will. Yeah, my horses are very, very excited with each other in Georgia right now for some reason. Oh, he's not going for the gold. He's going for that. Uh-oh. Horse's weapon. Yeah. It's too bad I failed to get Texas last time. He's not bringing a weapon, though. He doesn't want to lose one. He thinks he can get the equal odds here. He probably can. He seems to get that all the time. Every time there's 50-50 odds. All right. Oof. Even visually, that suddenly looks really bad. How's my city doing? Is my city susceptible? Oh, that one's susceptible. Bring forces. Horse. They can reach? Oh, yeah. It can go through New York. Oh, man. Ah. All right, so hey, he's turning it around extremely well. Blah. I'm not sure what I want to do now. That'll be 5 versus 10, 10, 12 versus 9 right here. 7 versus 9. Might want to start off with this place. Let's see. If I do take this territory, then what's my chances of getting this one? It would be 6 versus 10. I could bring the boat to make it 8-10. The horse and the weapon are already figuring in, so no point in the boat bringing those. But I could bring in the horse and the weapon from here. Should add 3. I think I'm getting too. I think I just gotta call it a night soon. So let's just do stuff and see what happens. Do stuff and see what happens. All right. That's actually pretty strongly in my favor, surprisingly. 9 versus 6. 7 versus 9. 6 versus 9. 6 versus 9. 6 versus 9. Alright, I'm going for it. This should bring it to 10 versus 9, I think. Hooray! Maybe next turn I can get back New York with boat, weapon, and horse being brought in. What is his stockpile looking like? He's still got no gold. That's pretty awesome. Can't build cities without gold. You can build 2 weapons, though. I gotta get more weapons, probably. I'll defend my city here. I want a city. I attack first, which is good. If I didn't already say that. I feel like I might have already. I can build a weapon with all gold and a city. We build our cities on rock and gold. Yeah, there you go. I can build a boat. No, not a boat and a city. Build 2 more weapons. 2 more weapons. I want to have the power of the weapons. Don't ask me what that accent was supposed to be just now. And I can make a boat. I want to go to boat school. Sorry, that was some inside joke. A friend of mine knew I think when she was a teenager or maybe in her 20s, knew a guy from Greece. He was obsessed with the idea of building boats. So he used to say, I want to build I'm not doing the accent any justice, but I want to go to boat school. I want to build the boats. That was apparently something he said a lot. Yeah, what was that accent supposed to be just now? I don't know, Tone Deaf. All right. I think starving him out of gold was huge here. Otherwise, it'd probably be getting owned now. But I think I can see a decent comeback. Comeback against his comeback shaping up here. I gotta get New York for stars. I can bring in boat with horse and weapon. Might not even need that. At least a boat. But yeah, now I want to play out the rest of this game. Or at least until it seems hopeless. He might actually have a chance attacking this area. I mean, I tried to build this weapon to at least protect these guys. So I got all these guys protected. But he might be able to make some inroads by maybe taking out this and this. Perhaps. It'll just be like Eastern US versus the rest soon. He's making a weapon. He's checking it twice. Here come the horsies. Yeah, that's gonna help. That's gonna help too. Groovy. Two, 1, 1, 3, I think. All right, new horse. He's making his horses too. All the king's horses. Yeah, yeah. It does remind me of an electoral map. Yeah, kind of funny. I'm the light gray party. No shipment this turn. All right, this is important. This is probably an important turn for Conquest. 9 to 8, I can bring in a ship. It's a matter of do I want to go boat, weapon, horse, or just boat? How strong is my city at the moment? Because I'm a little concerned about that. Oh, why am I concerned about that? Okay. I mean, he can still bring in a boat, weapon, and horse. I have to realize that would add 6. Da, 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 da. I wonder if I really do have 2 horses there. Not supposed to be able to have that, but all right, I guess I'll go for you. What about you? What are you looking like? 10 to 4. That would be easy pickings. But I'm not really sure where my second territory is going to be. I should think about that. Yeah, 2 horses would be badass. I think I'll take out this coal first and then go for New York City. Don't want to bring anything up. I think it's fine. Do 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 do. Hooray! Huzzah and hurrah! God, it's almost 1. Me looking at the clock like, oh shit, I gotta go to bed. All right, I'm going for the city. Bring for 10 to 7 is good. Maybe I'll just bring a boat. Or I can try bringing a boat and 1 horse. Let's see if that works. Do I still have a boat there? I mean, a horse there? 13 to 7. Hooray. Okay, let's see if I can hold the line. You outplayed the Wordle bot. There's a Wordle bot? What does it, play Wordle and you have to try to beat it? Like guess the word in fewer guesses or beat it in time or something. You know, beat it in speed. Sorry, I'm half incoherent now. It being 1 o'clock and all. I'm just going to keep rushing the computer. Plan attack. Yeah, I kind of thought this is where it would have to go. Try to get the West Coast there. All right, I can easily see getting it, yeah. Interesting how this is playing out. You guessed the word in 3, it guessed it in 4. Oh, okay. I've actually guessed the word in 1 before. One time I've done that. And also I did it once in Spanish Wordle. But usually I consider 2 to be a huge success. 2 guesses. I almost feel like 1 is less of a success because it was just purely blind luck. You can't even attribute any of it to skill. Just like pure blind luck. Right, he's gonna get his first gold of the game. Oh well. All right. Bring that gold. Maybe he'll fail this and I'll kill his horse and weapon. Come on, repulse, 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 repulse. I am so repulsive, it will say attack repulsed. Yeah, I'm so repulsive, I told you. I'm so repulsive. Oh, that's, you call it a hole in one in Wordle. You scored a hole in one in Wordle 3 or 4 times. That's impressive. All right. I held the line. He still has no gold. Dun, 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 dun. Right. Still cranking out the weapons, though. I might want to build a city in the northwest there. City and a couple weapons or something. I'd love to hold the gold. Here comes a boat. All right. Well, I can only make one city and one weapon, basically. Or I could make 2 weapons. All right, I'm going to try to protect the northwest. That's a fun way to do it. You pick one word, lead off word. I like to mix up the lead off word randomly every time. I try to pick a word that has at least 2 vowels. And whatever comes to mind, I like to just play it like that. My niece did this thing. I think she might have stopped for now, but for like a year, my niece was doing a thing where she would play the word slate every single time the first word. She heard it was like the greatest probability of matching letters or something. So just every day she would play slate. But yeah, I just kind of like to wing it. All right, gotta put another weapon here. Try to hold the line here. Get some horsey spreading. Unfortunately, I don't have any horses in the northwest, and his whole landmass is all one contiguous horse breeding ground. That's funny. You know someone who played Slate every day except the day it came up. I bet they were punching themselves over that one. Yeah, I would love to hold the line here. I'm a little intimidated by all these horses and weapons he has, though. It'd actually quite suck if he managed to capture that city I just built. Yeah, I think early in the Wordle days, there was like some articles about the best words, and I think they mentioned Slate. And then everyone was playing Slate. More or less. I gotta speed up the computer. See, then I go back to thinking maybe it's a superstition that it speeds it up because why isn't it doing anything? It should do something. I don't know. But I would like to wrap this game up, computer. I might just be able to, if I can hold the line this turn, maybe I might just be able to crank out 3 cities next turn. I might have the resources for it. I think I have at least the resources for 2. But I need 3 more to win. I just have to... Yeah, I think I just... Either 1 or 2 more turns. If I can hold the line, I'll just make cities. I kind of love the idea of just conquering his stuff, but... Maybe that's not the way to do it. Make a shipment. All right. It took him like 5 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes to consider moving the weapon over by 1. I don't think I have any similar ideas for shipments. Does he have any ships? He does. Maybe I should move my stockpile. I don't think Florida's the safest place anymore. 14 is still quite good. This is 26 though, yeah. Let's move it to that. Well, what else we got? 19, 24. 20, yeah, let's move it to the Georgia-ish area. I'm still wondering about the 2 horses. All right, I think he might be able to go for like this area, maybe this. I don't think he can get the city this turn. He might try anyway. I'm pressing the button. Oh, excuse me. I just noticed the time. I have to run. A pox on you. Oh, come on. It's good. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta work tomorrow. But I was hoping to properly win, like just, you know, build all the cities I needed. You know what it is? I think there's 2-2 in it. I think it was like a brief fanfare before this musical tribute, and I think that's the bug. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, he likes to give up on the game. It doesn't usually let you play it out. So what do you got to say? The musical theme is going to be playing in your head the rest of the night. I hope you'll be able to clear it out of your mind so you can fall asleep. I hope you can too. The word steal has not come up yet in Wordle? Okay. Alright. That's fun out. You know what? It's such a blast playing this game with like 4 people. Or even 3. Or even just 2 as long as you're playing with humans. So yeah, you know, I'll have to get my son, Mr. Rob Bob, to join me on a stream someday. Usually he doesn't join me on the old game streams. But maybe this Saturday he'll want to play with me. Alright. So yeah, it's been good chatting with you, Mr. Tone Deaf. And I don't know if anybody else is still watching, but thanks for watching earlier, Eric, if you're still around. And yeah, that's it for tonight. That was some fun times with Lords of Conquest. And I did not get 10 votes to open it, so I'm holding on to this. Maybe I'll save it for an Atari stream because this is an Atari version. I do love these EA games that used to come in these sort of folios. I want to collect some more of them. I want to get Realms of Impossibility, Mule, some of my favorites. Anyway, that's it for tonight. So thanks for chatting with me, Tone Deaf. It's been a lot of fun. I'll see you around, I'm sure. So have a good night. Take care.